Good evening. How are we? Look, it's little old me. Whoa, I made it just in time. I made it just in time. Good evening, I am actually. I've never had so much hair, it's fantastic, I love it. I should be bouffanting it and all sortsing it right the way through the evening. Good evening. Welcome to Halloween Live here at Jewellery Maker. It is lovely to have your company. Under here somewhere I was Derek Marks. Now we've just got the soul and a body here. Welcome! Halloween, fantastic. I haven't done Halloween for a long time on telly. It's fabulous to have your company. Stick around. You don't need to watch anything else because the winner's already been leaked online, so that's fine. We all know that. We don't need to watch it now, even on catch-up. We don't need to watch it. We know the answer now. Hashtag spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you. Although the person's name does have an E in it. But that actually counts for all three of them that are in it. But there you go. Anyway, you're going to be here with us because we are going to have a good time. And I might look quite sad and gruesome, but I'm very happy underneath. So, are you ready? Oh, that sounds so wrong, doesn't it? Welcome to Halloween. And here she is, all the way from the Dordogne to here in Ivy House. She's less scary than me, you'll be glad to know. It's Sara Elvin, I think. She's over there, there she is.
Hello.
Hey Sarah, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad to hear it. And you're extremely beautifully dressed as well. You look pretty, I look gruesome.
Oh no, you look a lot different than you did a few minutes ago.
Yes, that's very true actually. This was quite thrown together, let me tell you. Literally, I just had Phil throw things at me and this is what we ended up with. Derek, you could have made an effort for Halloween, I know. I've never had so much hair, it's fantastic. I must donate this to Colin when I'm finished. Louisa in Northamptonshire just says, I've just dropped everything. Dearie me. I'm glad we can't see two-way then. Do you know what I mean? How are you, Sarah?
I'm very well, thank you.
You've been away, haven't you?
I have.
Been away on your jolly holidays and you've come back as a panto character, which is lovely. Where have you been?
We went down to a place called Marseillian Plage, which is down the south coast of France.
Sounds a bit French, doesn't it?
Yes.
Sounds lovely. Nice time. How long were you there for?
7 days.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Lovely. Lucky you. So plenty of vino. Oh, we've got some a tool to launch tonight. If you could take this seriously, that would be most appreciated. This is the bead along tying station. Not bead along, but you can bead along when you've got your bead along. They're a great brand, actually. We're getting to know this right now. This is for knotting at the correct distances, Sarah.
Yes, for knotting at distances and also for knotting raised up. So if you want to do your macrame slightly raised, putting your knots underneath and things like that. So it creates a little bridge for you to work under.
Oh, like a bridge over troubled beads. Marvellous. So we'll do that at 7:45. But Phil is going to put that... Are you going to put that on pre-order, did you say, Phil? It's a DYBN 50. If you want to have a look down, DYBN 50. That will levitate its way across now to Sarah to test it. Oh, I do look quite scary actually. It wasn't quite that. Even my bits of notes have got blood everywhere, everywhere. Where are we going? Box what? Now I've got these funny contact lenses in. I don't think you can see. They're called whiteout. Now I do actually wear a contact lens, so I can't see a darn thing this evening. So. Box 36 apparently is over here somewhere. I'll just feel around in the dark. Yeah, looks like a pendant. That'll do. Looks like a pendant. Oh, there's a call. Have a little look at this. Oh, now I've never seen anything like this before. I have never seen anything like this before. This is very funky, isn't it? I am loving it. I am loving it. Look at that. How gorgeous is that? It's brand new from Swarovski. And it's brilliant. It's an infinity crystal pendant. And it's yours right now for a mere £2.95. I know, how good is that? brand new from Swarovski. You can use it either way around. That's fantastic. I've never seen that kind of shape from Swarovski, Sarah, have you?
No, not at all. It's really unusual and it catches the light so beautifully, as all Swarovskis do, but having that shape really adds that extra interest.
That's amazing. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Please do grab those as quickly as you possibly can, I do declare. Grab them now while you can. It's called Crystal Paradise Shine. Perfect for Halloween, I think. A bit of Paradise Shine. There's lots of these going, actually. Who has theirs so far, Phil? There's lots of you taking a couple of these. How amazing, because you can weave in and out of those with your wire as well if you want to. Are they drilled? Let's have a little I don't think they are, actually. So you just go through. You can actually just pop chain through that if you wanted to. How beautiful. Here's Joe. It's Joe Logie Baird. Oh my word, world, fail me for once. Wouldn't miss this for the world. No other, hang on, I haven't got my real contacts in, you see. No other telly required tonight. Absolutely. Well, we know who won that anyway, don't we? It's already been released and leaked. Sally says, oh my word, Derek, you look amazing. And I love Sarah's dress. It's fantastic. You look like you're ready to go and do Snow White. Do I mean Snow White?
It does look a little bit like a princess dress, but it is a Halloween dress.
I love it. No, it's great. It's fantastic. I love your bats. Tonight, by the way, the jewellery is cat, but we're not quite sure whether there was a typo and they meant bats. But never mind, black cat, Halloween, all fine. Derek, I think you spilt something on your shirt. I know. It's one of those guest designers, you know. Very good she was too. £2.95. £2.95. Oh, I got into character here a bit too much, haven't I? Bit scary, isn't it? How many of these do we have, Phil, with them being brand new? We have got a good quantity of them, but do you know what? It does sound like a lot, 300, but actually, I would guess that the first, 75, 80 have been allocated already, I would say. So that's a third of the entire stock. So 2 minutes on a morning show, and that will be gone. So if you want it, you're getting first dibs tonight. What a beautiful shape it is as well. Lovely infinity kind of design. What does an itchy nose mean? It means a badly fitting wig. That's what it means. £2.95. Grab it now. I've got a voice for this as well, you know. Should be on the stage, you know, sweeping it. Look at this. Marion, well done. Denise in Nottinghamshire. This is amazing. We could have a sellout on our hands on the very first item tonight because it is Halloween live. The best thing to do, shut all the curtains, turn all the lights off, and I'll look after you until 10 o'clock. £2.95. Is anyone else dressing up anywhere else, Phil? No. Only here. Only here. You get the best value here. No license required here at Jewellery Maker. £2.95. It's a brand new crystal from Swarovski, and it's a lovely sort of, excuse my hair, lovely figure of 8. Swarovski called Paradise Shine. Lots of people are up in their orders, by the way. I've got Isabel taking 5, I've got Helen taking 4, Gertrude taking 4, Sue in Cornwall, first time on air. I tell you what, if you give a few of these to Kleshner, oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? It's beautiful as well, isn't it? So the first 100 of those at least have gone. We'll be recapping those later then, Philip. So, next up, 38. That'll be over here somewhere. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Oh, right. I just need a little bit of wire. This is incredible. Perfect for tonight. Perfect for tonight, I tell you. Because this is a crystal skull. Oh my word, you are going to love this. And it's a Swarovski skull. Jet black Swarovski skull. And it's through drilled from the top. Actually, I need to pick this up a little bit and move it around a little bit. Excuse the makeup everywhere. It was a bit of a rush job, I have to say. Look, done ever so well. Look at that. Oh, shall I just pop it down there? Sorry, Leah, I'll let you have a little look at it. We need a little turntable, really, don't we? And it is through drilled, so from top to bottom. How amazing for a bracelet. It's really, really funky as well. This is going to look like one of those. Who was the guy who made the skull out of diamonds or Swarovskis? Who was that? Was it Damien Hirst, wasn't it? It was. I do believe it was Damien Hirst. Sorry. Just trying to see you out there. You're looking good tonight, by the way. Thanks for making the effort. All looking lovely tonight. £6.45. That's beautiful. Yeah, oh yeah. Have a little look up in the gallery, everyone. Look at the fabulous costumes there are up in the gallery tonight. Oh, I can't look. It's too scary. It's too scary. Take that mask off, Phil. Honestly, seriously. £6.45. So we got Mike and we've got Phil up there in the box. Leah's down here looking devilishly. Oh, do you know what? You do scary so sexily, Leah. A bit vampish, I think. Very nice. Very nice. Although you have got your reggae headphones on, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Very good. Who's down at the Tunnel of Love? Is anyone down there? Look at that fabulous costume, Adam. When's it coming out? There's Adam down there. £6.45. This is lovely, isn't it? And look at the expression, actually. It's correct as well. Some skulls look a little bit, well, you know, comical. Do you know what I mean? Not the real deal. Yeah, you can't have a smiling skull. You've got to have a slightly, well, not menacing, but, you know, real. Do you know what I mean? Real, bit of realism. That's nice, isn't it? £6.45. We've got lots and lots of people taking these. Excuse me, Windy Pops. Too many bats earlier. There you go, bat soup. Very nice it was too. £6.45, and that's yours now. Well done. Good work. Right, is that the one next to it, Phil? Okay. Have a little feel around somewhere here. There we go. I've got them. What have we got? Oh, crikey, there's loads going on here. More Swarovski crystals for you. This time they are through-drilled hearts. Oh, now watch yourself, everyone. There could be flying Swarovski here. There they are. How beautiful are they? Ooh, now we can make you a lovely necklace to go with that dress tonight. Ooh, couldn't we?
Could do.
That could turn you into Belle of the Ball, couldn't it, Sarah, tonight? That's beautiful, isn't it?
They are gorgeous.
Really, really lovely. 24 of them, and they are through drilled top to bottom, so you can get them sitting. Sorry, I'm not spitting. I'm just spitting layers of acrylic out. That's all. £11.95. That's really good, isn't it, for 24 of those? And remember, if you are selling, then Swarovski pieces always get the attention, don't they? They're so eye-catching, they're so colourful, they're so sparkling, that people love them. And for you to be able to say, made with Swarovski crystals, there's quite a premium that kind of comes with that feeling as well. You know, you are a Swarovski jewellery seller then, aren't you? Which is quite some little kudos claim, isn't it? Lovely. £11.95, but you've got 24 of these, so these are going to go a long way. Please do check out your baskets. Happy Halloween, Sarah, you look beautiful. Derek, words fail me. Brilliant costume. Thank you very much, Nikki. Bless you. I think you should drive home like that tonight. Do you know, I might not have a choice. So I'm not quite sure how easy this is to actually get out of again. Derek, you need one of those headbands, JM Cell, to keep your locks in place. That's a good idea, isn't it? That's a good idea. I said to Sarah earlier, I could have done with, you know, one of your signature... Have you got one?
Yeah.
She's found a tiara band. Fantastic. I could have done with one of your signature flowers tonight for this rather lovely bonce of mine. Thank you, darling. Right. Yes, how to make the weird weirder. Yes, we've just done. Now this looks like, you know, remember I saw that there was an Oompa Loompa wig that you could buy. Now I've just turned it into the Oompa Loompa wig. Oompa Loompa dippity doo. It is very worried. Yes, I have got the height right. Thank you, Phil. Honestly, I don't stay here to be insulted, you know. I think Colin's still in. I could go up to his office. £11.95. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? And because they are 360 degrees, you just get maximum... Ooh, spooky fade that was. Spooky fade. It's like a half fade there, Mike, wasn't it? You doing spooky effects tonight as well? Very good. Right, what should we do next? I'll stand up. I'm very different standing up, you know. Box what? 28. 28. 28. 20 something. There we go. Found it. I have got this makeup absolutely everywhere. I do apologise. I won't be able to touch very much. I will have to... I'll sort it out in the break. Although this grey mat of ours, oh, how cute is that? Now, because it actually is Halloween, Phil, you're going to have to do something. You'd have to, you know, pull some cats out of witches' sticks for this, or whatever the phrase is. It's the sterling silver. That sounded so wrong. So wrong it was right. Beautiful. How cute is that? How many of you have carved your pumpkins? Got them in the window? Got them outside? £7.95. That's pretty good. How many grams of silver are we looking at? 2.5 grams. That would be lovely for a charm bracelet, wouldn't it, Sarah?
It would. You know, and if you really love this time of year, you know, it's like, I'd wear a charm bracelet all the time anyway. So, you know,
Definitely.
any Christmas charms and things, you know, if you really love this time of year, or you were born around this time of year, it's really nice to have that as a charm on your bracelet.
Maybe you were a Halloween baby. Is it anybody's birthday today? Oh, imagine having your birthday on Halloween. That's double bubble, all in one, isn't it? With plenty of toil and trouble. £7.95. If you want to get in touch tonight, you must. You absolutely must, and you've got to stay all the way through until 10 o'clock as well. We've got some fabulous kits tonight. So here's how you get in touch. It is 60777. Start your message with JM Studio. We would love to hear from you. We've got some fabulous kits tonight. In fact, we'll have a little squiz at Sarah's jewellery for the first kits at 7 o'clock very, very shortly. Ooh, I love these eyes. I think they're great. They're brilliant. I like them. Really, really good. Can't see a thing. From the fancy dress shop, I queued up. They were that busy on Saturday. I had to queue up in the fancy dress shop, and they only let a few people in at a time. And they were doing all of these wonderful contact lenses. And these are called whiteout. I like them. They are a bit scary though. They are very scary. £7.95. Well done, Claire. Well done, Margaret. Congratulations. Any more for any more at £7.95. That is. Oh, hello. Oh, it has got a bit. Sorry, you can use this directly on your charm bracelets as well. It has got. It wasn't. I was holding it by its the thing at the top of the pumpkin. Do we call it a stalk? I suppose pumpkin stalk. Stem, whatever it is, that bit at the top, but it does have a massive aperture down the side. So you get this onto your 5mm bracelets, I think. Right. Now this is called From JM with Love. Is it the sterling silver chain as well? Okay, so that is a what? 30-inch chain? 24, 30? 30-inch sterling silver chain, and one of the biggest Swarovski hearts I think I have ever seen, and it's that wonderful, gorgeous sort of sunshine AB. And I'm guessing if I whiz it round, I'm going to get a different kind of look and a different feel from both sides of that. That's really, really nice if you want more of a sort of Mercury Mystic Topaz kind of look. Ah, this is beautiful. Now, we did this with Claire on air the other day with Claire McDonald, Mummy. Oh, you don't know about this, Sarah, do you?
No.
Claire's mummy and I'm daddy. It was all a very unfortunate mix-up, and lots of people were congratulating me on the child that hasn't arrived in my life. Anyway, I'll tell you about that later. So, right now, £21.95. Oh my word! So if you wanted to treat yourself for Christmas, what an amazing treat for you or a loved one. But if you wanted to sell this on as well, your price of £21.95, maybe you just sell the pendant on its own for that price and then separate out the chain. If you'd like a chain to go with it, I've got it here. That's another 15, 20, whatever. That's phenomenal. I like that. Very, very good indeed. £21.95. How many are there, Phil? Okay, there are less than 50 available. We sold 100 on air with Claire McDonald, and oh, yes, with Natasha, when Natasha was here from Sewing Quarter, standing in. She was great, wasn't she? She was really, really good. Fabulous, lovely Natasha. And I know she has a passion for making, per se, full stop. So it was great to have her here. What a lovely buy, Sarah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was looking at that when I came in, and I thought, oh, it's been made up by one of our beaders in-house.
Yes.
And, you know, didn't for a second imagine you'd get the whole
No,
look
I didn't
for
think it would come with the chain,
No.
I must admit. Because, you know, I mean, there's a premium attached to a 30-inch chain in silver. You know that, I know that. There's a lot of money to be made here, I think, don't you? There's a lot of money to be made here, which is lovely. But again, if you were looking, and again, I never, ever promise, I love Swarovski as a company. They're amazing. They have their own stores and concessions, lots of people. In fact, I had an email. No, I was looking on the Swarovski website the other day and seeing all of their Christmas goodies that are coming up online. And they're amazing. You can buy little, you know, limited edition figures for this year and everything in crystal like they always do year on, year out. But when you look at their jewellery in stores and concessions, because they have their own stores, you have to really love that person to actually purchase with Swarovski, and I say that with all due respect to Swarovski. I'm not denigrating them at all. They're quite rightly at the price points they are for the reputation they have. But this is your little piece of Swarovski at a fraction of the price you would expect to pay elsewhere. Love it. Yeah, no, I say little piece of Swarovski. I mean, look at the size of the heart here. It's huge. If I pop that on the back of my hand for a second, look at that. That is adorable, isn't it? Oh, look at that. So you get everything. You get the sterling silver bail, the sterling silver chain, and that huge Swarovski heart. In fact, you might turn that into a lovely decoration for Christmas as well.
So, you know, in the Swarovski stores, they do sort of limited edition baubles as well.
Yes, they do.
So for me, I quite happily pop that on my Christmas tree as well, and have it as that wow factor special.
Definitely. Well, it's double bubble, really, isn't it? You can wear it, you can appreciate it with its bail, and of course, you can have it as a bit of a decoration too. It's lovely colours, isn't it? It's almost like golds and reds, which we have on the tree anyway, isn't it? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Derek, I was going to watch the Walking Dead, but you are more amusing. Thank you, Susan. Where are you, Susan? Lancashire. Bless you. Thank you. You've got to stick around with her. Got to stick around. Yeah, I think a few more laughs in this than The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Let's see how it goes, shall we? Let's see how it goes. Well done, everyone. So less than 50 of those to go around, so grab them now quickly while you can. 20 what? 20 over here somewhere. Another skull. Oh, this is nice. This takes me to Whitby. Have you ever been to Whitby? It's by the seaside up in, it's North Yorkshire, Whitby, up Scarborough way. Oh, that's nice. Look, with the green amber. This is beautiful because it sits nice and flat as well. So if you want this as a pendant, jump ring, chain mail, I can see it all now. Oh, a lovely black chain mail or something like that.
It's got a little bit more of a masculine feel to it than the crystal skulls. So
that's true.
You know, for me, that'd be a great one to be able to sort of, you know, make into masculine jewellery. Whether I would use it just very simply, either to make cufflinks from, perhaps, or
oh, that would be nice.
So you know.
Yes, I have the right shirt for cufflinks tonight.
Yeah.
Would that be relatively easy to do? Do you think?
You'd have to sort of make a structure behind the charm itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be fairly easy to do. And then you'd be able to just attach that. I mean, if you've got some cufflink bezels anyway, you could use the Ceraloon and then pop that over the top of the bezel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a very quick way of being able to do it.
That's a brilliant idea, actually, yes. And with the green amber, I know. How good is that? £12.95. With that, I mean, you know how much you pay for the tiniest piece of amber out there in the big wide world, because we have bought in larger volumes for you and had it set into 925 sterling silver, which has got that lovely oxidized feel and look to it as well. Lovely. Now listen, I can't work out who you remind me of, Derek. Is it the Count from Sesame Street? One, or is it Keith Lemon? Oh, I'm hoping it's the Count from Sesame Street, to be honest with you. Out of the two, I'm hoping. I don't know why I look like I've got a little bit of a hunchback going on there as well. Hunchback Count of JM. Are you having a spooky tea tonight? Are you? I want to know about it, if you are. Oh, sorry, we're still doing this. If you are, yes. Maybe you're having something spooky for tea. I want to know about it. Maybe you've had your tea already. I want to know. Which number, Phil? 25. 21, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, that's wrong. Wrong way, Derek. It's another skull. This time, yeah, cognac amber. Not cognac amber. Yes, cognac amber. Never doubt yourself, Derek. You're always right. One way or the other. Oh, it's itchy, this makeup. Very itchy. Right. That's nice. Is this going to the same price, Phil? Is it? Good. Actually, for the same piece of jewellery then, you could have a couple of green and maybe the cognac in the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be lovely. And again, actually, do you know what? Halloween, when did Halloween become such a massive thing? When did that happen?
Snuck up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's really ramped up. Really ramped up now, hasn't it? Everyone's getting involved.
That's it.
I mean, I was out today just having a look around for bits and pieces, and the amount of people scurrying to buy the last few bits of everything. Halloween. It's good though, isn't it? Good fun though, isn't it? Good fun, isn't it? Don't say no, Phil. Of course it is. It's great fun. £12.95p for your sterling silver skull there. That's really beautiful. I love those. There is something a little spooky about those eyes as well, isn't there?
They are. It's almost because they sort of look internally lit.
Yeah.
Because the amber's glowing so beautifully.
Yeah. Nice. Lovely. Maybe you're thinking forward for next year. Because tomorrow, how is tomorrow November, Sarah? How?
I don't know.
How has that happened?
Well, when I went to the supermarket and they got all the Christmas things out, and I was like,
they've been out for months.
I know, but it was like loads. I mean, they got the Christmas clothing in, they got the novelty jumpers, and all the rest of it was in the supermarkets. And I was a bit shocked because I was thinking, hang on a minute, I've got ages to get ready yet.
Yeah.
It kind of shocked me.
Do you know that mild panic, that mild Christmas panic, I think has already set in?
Yeah.
People are starting to go, ooh, hang on. Maybe I should start now. The Stollen has been in the store since like September for some reason. Well, that's true. It does have a long date on it, Phil. That's ever practical. Beverly says, I've just turned on JM. You look hilarious, Derek. You have made my day. Have you seen my eyes? Come and have a look at my eyes. Come on, have a look. I know, isn't it? Even I'm looking at myself in a mirror and thinking, woohoo, you sure? Let's have a spooky one of these. By the light of the silvery moon. I do have a headband in, by the way. I'm having a bit of wig problem, in case you're wondering. Blue spot jasper in a wonderful crescent moon. Oh, this has been really thought about, this schedule tonight, hasn't it, Phil? It's almost like you thought about it. This, it's not usual thrown together, jumble, is it? This is very good tonight. I'm impressed. I'm super impressed. I can be really naughty tonight because I'm not in for a few weeks now. Maybe never. Here we go then. Star by. If I could scream, I would. Well, no, it just sounds wrong when I try and scream. Doesn't sound at all blood-curdling, let me tell you. Just sounds like, I don't know. No, just sounds wrong. Sounds like a 3-year-old girl called Juliet. £1.95. I don't know why Juliet. Don't take any offence if your name is Juliet. It's a lovely name. Don't change it just for me. £1.95. 0800 644 655. How many have we got, Philip? Right, 100. And they all must go now. Earrings, I'm thinking.
Beautiful. If you've got any star-shaped gemstones as well. The moons and stars together.
Oh, do you know we have got some stars coming up later, haven't we, Phil? We've got some tiger's eye stars, I do believe, coming up later. But you'll have to be here for that. You can't sneak off anywhere tonight. If you want to know who won, you know what. You all you have to do is look online. The answer's out there already. You don't need to watch it. You can watch it on catch-up. I'll give you permission to watch it on catch-up after the late show. How about that? Because you have to set your alarms tonight. You have to be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow, because tomorrow is a very special day here at JM, isn't it? Oh, yes, honestly. We've got posters and calendars have been made for the occasion and everything. Oh, they haven't been. Oh. You have got a day with Mark Smith. Apparently the calendars haven't come through in time. Oh. Not that macrame jumper he made? No? No? Okay. It's Mark Smith Day tomorrow, all day from 8 o'clock in the morning. Is he on all the way through till 9? 8 in the morning till 9 at night.
Wow. He's going to have a busy day.
That's a long day.
It is a long day.
You missed the... Did you see the flare day?
I did see parts of that day because I was busy working on more kits as well. So yes, but I did see bits of it.
Do you fancy an Elvin day?
I'd love to do an Elvin day.
8 a.m. through to 9 p.m. Ooh, all day Sara Elvin. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. She's thinking, oh, yeah, well, just hold off on the kits though, will you, for a while? That's a lot of kits in one day.
A lot of kits in one day.
Yeah, absolutely. One night, that's like a month's worth of work in one day. £1.95. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Right, need to move on. Box number. Oh, in the 20s somewhere. Hang on. Can't see a thing, you see. Right. Don't need eyes to recognise this, do you? Ooh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, we're going to have scarily good prices tonight, let me tell you, because it is Halloween and because we have got the Mark Smith Day tomorrow. So what we managed to do is there was a bit of a thing that went on in the office, let me tell you, where they created a slightly too normal schedule for tomorrow, forgetting that Mark was here all day. So now they've corrected that. We've managed to half-inch some of the things that would have happened tomorrow, which is lovely. So, $35.95 for 180 carats of Burmese jadeite, which we're not staying at $35.95 for. We're going to take this to an all-time low, because we can. Because we can. But the one thing is, they all need to go, because we need no evidence that this has ever happened. Absolutely. There must be no trace that this ever happened. £20.95. We must destroy all the evidence. $20.95, that just means you have to buy them all. $35.95 down to £20.95 is pretty good. 0800 644 655. Grab these goodies while you can tonight. They are brilliant. They are really, well, of course they are. This is JM. Ooh. Now, Phil, there's an Amber Realms necklace on the desk next to me. Was that something to do with the deal of the day? When you say was, does that mean there aren't any? No. Oh, well, I won't show you then. We'll have to see whether they've all gone or not. It's been a very, very busy day. Can you believe jadeite of that size and that consistency of colour, £20.95? I know! I know! It's taking a lot for me to look surprised tonight. £20.95. That's very, very good. Lucky you. Lucky, lucky people. Grab these now while you can, because they make such a... Oh, hang on, we're moving on. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. First box. Oh, crikey, these are large as well, aren't they? Welcome. Welcome to my little jewellery lair. It is... I'm scaring myself now, it is worrying. We've got large nuggets of gorgeous citrine. Now, these are wonderful, fancy shapes, aren't they? That is huge. Oh, I'm thinking for wirework sculptures.
Definitely. I mean, you know, these could be very simply, you know, a single pendant, but a real feature. If you wanted to wire wrap around that and have it almost for, say, an Easter chick or something like that, and have it as the wire work going round, but have that as the belly of the colour of the Easter chick or something like that, they'd be really beautiful.
Sara Elvin just said Easter.
I know, but it's not going to be long.
Oh! Would you like a spade? She said Easter.
I know.
Well, you know, we're not seeing the sunshine again until about Easter, are we? So let's look forward to it. £20.95. No. Phil's on a mission tonight. He is on a mission to bring you the best gemstone prices. I've even managed to get makeup all over this lovely grey mat. I'm in trouble tomorrow. I won't be here. Sorry, Amelia. Look at that, £12.95. That would make a really, really stunning piece of jewellery. Do you know, actually, if you were buying that Swarovski heart necklace that we had earlier, let me bring that in and show you next to. What I'm going to do is just detach it from there, and I'll show you. Look. Those two colour palettes just work amazingly together. So if you wanted a chunky gemstone necklace and you wanted to then add that big Swarovski heart, now that's a big ray of sunshine, isn't it? Let's not forget how many events that we've got through the winter months where, you know, your jewellery really has to do the colour talking, doesn't it?
It does. And it's, you know, if you've got a lot of different events, you may not, you know, be wanting to buy lots of different outfits, but just having the same sort of black staple dress, for instance, and having a different suite of jewellery to wear each time, and accessorising, you know, maybe the colour of your handbag to the jewellery or something like that, you can do that quite easily and have a completely different look very, very easily.
And that means you get more out of your winter outfits as well, don't you?
You do.
Which is what we're all about. Accessorising. Beautiful. I also think as well, if you're doing craft fairs and things, particularly November, December, and then again some pop up in January as well, don't they? It's nice to have some inspiring colours in there. Hello, Anila. Look amazing, Derek. Well done on your hard work. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you as well. Julianne says, okay then, best outfit of the day goes to you. I agree, Sarah looks fantastic. She does look amazing. I'm loving those bats. They're great. They're very friendly bats as well. They're sticking to you, aren't they?
They are.
Very nice, very sparkly. They've got happy little faces as well. And they've got those jiggly eyes on them. I love them. Yes, let's go and have a little closer look, because they are very happy. Look, 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 look! They're happy bats. I think all bats are happy, aren't they? They come out for just that short little window, don't they? Just as the sun sets. And you see these little shadows across. I love bats. I think they're amazing. I remember when I used to, when I was a kid, my first primary, or I think one of my first junior schools, was right next to this huge wood, and it had bat caves in it.
Oh, wow.
So we always used to go to the bat caves and try and rattle the bars to see if we could get this, you know, like in, what's that cartoon where all the bats fly out at the same time?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yes. We tried to get a Scooby-Doo moment. Strangely, it never happened. Probably because they were all asleep. It was the middle of the day. Oh, that was good. Oh, back in the day. Playing around in an Anderson shelter in the middle of the woods. Wouldn't happen these days, would it? Wouldn't happen these days. Right, where should we go next? We've got loads and loads of choice. We've got there is massive amounts of choice actually. We've got three boxes of amazing goodies just for. Is that all for this hour, Phil? See, we managed to steal so many goodies that should have gone into tomorrow's day when they remembered, oh yeah, actually we don't need as many pieces tomorrow because Mark's on all day. So we've managed to half-inch some of the goodies for tomorrow. These are perfect kind of pumpkin colours as well. Could you make a CDBD pumpkin, Sarah, do you think?
Very easily, yeah, definitely.
That would be quite nice to do,
you'd
wouldn't
only
it?
need 12 of those to make a standard pumpkin,
Yeah.
sort of a CD bead. And if you wanted to make a bigger one, you'd need 30 because it's a different ratio, a different way you make the beady bead, and it
Yeah.
makes it larger, but you have apertures, so you could actually then fill that pumpkin with something else. So if you wanted to fill it with, for instance, some chips and nuggets or something like that inside.
Oh yeah,
colour.
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Carnelian or something like that. That'd be lovely. Oh, okay. Listen, we can make many a pumpkin, couldn't we? You can make a nice pumpkin pendant, couldn't you? I guess if you can make the beady bead,
yes.
you can then, that's a pendant then, isn't it? You could tiara twist some wire out of the top of it for its, what do we call it? Stalk, yes. And, well, they don't have leaves pumpkin, do they? You could have a little bit of green at the top, couldn't you? Just to add a bit of peridot chips or something at the top. That'd be quite nice. That's good. Lovely colour as well, isn't it? Very bright, very vibrant, very party time. Actually, in this fancy dress shop that I was in York on Saturday, and I was queuing up to get in, they had a whole section which was dedicated to, you know, when you have an 80s night.
Oh yes.
So all the leg warmers and the sweatbands and things were all there in luminous orange and whatever. Philip, I was in my pram in the 80s. No, I wasn't actually. Sadly, I wasn't. But yes, no, I didn't keep any of the remnants of the 80s. What happened in the 80s stays in the 80s. Probably best there, isn't it?
Probably.
Thankfully, the internet wasn't around then, which is marvellous. There's not much evidence of it, except tucked away in the annals of the photo drawer, never to come out and be published. We hope. £2.95. It's true though, isn't it?
Definitely.
All of those Polaroids and all of those films that you had developed and whatever, and sneak those away. Don't let anyone see that hair that I had back then. Even I had hair in the 80s, it was marvellous. Oh, happy days. Time for one of these. Do you know what I did then? I just wrecked my T-bar. Yeah, because the tanzanite was wrapped round twice down the other end, so I went to pull it towards me and pulled everything along at the same time. Very, very tidy being. Now, on the mid-show today, sorry, I'm just having a little fiddle with my doodahs. No, it's my talk back. It's my connection to you, Mike. It's all right. It just needs to be, that's better. There you are. Right, now, on the mid-show today, there was a bit of a tanzanite showcase, do I hear? And we are going to, we're going to do the lowest price. We're going to, I don't want to say trumpet, not these days, but we're going to beat it. Can't beat it, trumpet. $3.90, what? What? $3.95 for tanzanite? Okay, when does that ever happen? Now, get this, ahead of what is happening tomorrow. Now, Mark is doing everything tomorrow, isn't he? He's doing some macrame, he's doing some seed beading, he's doing some chips and nuggets as well. You definitely. Look at the colour of this, Sarah, as well.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Really good depth of colour running through there, and they're a really workable size as well. So they're, you know, not too small, but you know, you get to be able to really work with these very easily.
That's ridiculously good value, isn't it? Right, Phil, count me down. Right, there are 90 left, so less than 100. You get this one chance to take these away at $3.95, and it is what I call a mega strand as well, the 83 centimetre strand, which is brilliant. So in new money, that is, sorry, in old money, nearly 33 inches of tanzanite chip. I know, don't thank me. Don't thank me, just lift your telephones. That's all you need to do. Jump on the web, snap it up, get it in your basket right now. Is this the most affordable tanzanite strand you have ever seen? Is the question right now. That's ridiculous. And it's tanzanite with colour as well. It's not, you know, it's not wishy-washy, end of the pier tanzanite. Do you know what? I have been, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. I've been to an outlet village to look at supposedly tanzanite jewellery. I won't identify any further than that because I really want to go to town. And their tanzanite, honestly, the panes of glass in the window looked like they had more blue than the tanzanite. Do you know what I mean? Outrageous, outrageous. Grab these now while you can. It's tanzanite with colour. How many? third of the stock already accounted for. No one needs to worry. No one needs to worry about me nagging them to check out their basket either, because you know, Tina in Greater London, you're never going to see another Strand of Tanzanite like this at £3.95, are you? And Kirsten in Lancashire knows fair well that if she doesn't check it out, then someone else comes in and gazumps you. So at £3.95, all those baskets will be checked out duly and wonderfully, very, very easily. What's for Halloween tea? That's people going to Sheila at cashier number 6, please. Oh, I did that today in the post office. I had to go and post a letter. And I think I heard myself. Cashier number 3, please. I wish that was me. In fact, the royalties are brilliant for that, the amount it gets played. The thing was, I went right to the front of the queue, and the woman who was going to serve me, the lady who was going to serve me, was looking at me, and she still pressed a little thing which said, cashier number 3, please. I'm like, I'm here, just say, yes, love. Or whatever they say around here. £3.95. What do they say around here? I don't know. Don't ask me to do one of my Crossroads accents. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've got a great respect for this part of the country. It's very lovely. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. They will be gone by the end of the show. Absolutely and completely. No doubt about that. Right, what should we do next, Philip? I'm liking this. I'm liking it. I want to go trick-or-treating now. It's too late, isn't it? Honestly. There'd be a few screams, wouldn't there, in the locality? Although we were talking in the office about this is actually a good area near Ivy House. If you've ever been to Ivy House before, it's like a posh ex-country home. Very, very nice indeed. This would be quite good area to do trick-or-treating, wouldn't it? Because it's like the posh end down here. Yeah. Mind you, we did also say the people that live up the posh end know how to keep hold of their money. Do you know what I mean? So, exactly, it's why they're rich. It's why they've got a swimming pool. And it's why we're stood on top of one, Phil. So, 30 carats of peridot. We know our place. 30 carats of gorgeous peridot. Yes, you know this is a haunted studio, don't you? We're just a small layer of formica between us and certain peril. 30 carats of peridot. Is a worry every now and again, Sarah, isn't it? But, you know, you stamp on the floor and you think, yeah, it's okay. It's going to hold me.
I just try not to think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it. Especially not tonight. That'd make an interesting show, wouldn't it? That'd beat anything else on telly, wouldn't it? Hands down. A television presenter and a guest designer. The search continues through the night. 12, you can hear the headlines, can't you? We'll have Midlands today here and everything. Oh, it'll be amazing. Wonderful. We've always wanted our pictures in the paper, Sarah, haven't we? Not looking like this, though, preferably. Do you know what I mean? Use the glamorous bit. Yeah, you're all right. It's just me that looks a fright. £12.95. For peridot. That's amazing. Fright night on JM. £12.95. I nearly got this costume, which was like a big... I had to think very, very carefully about, you know, the fact that you still need to see me in some way. Although I think I may have lost. I may have lost on that score. Do you know what I mean? I am under here somewhere. But there was this costume with like big squashy bits where your head essentially was coming out the middle of a gravestone. And I thought, too much? Yeah, probably. And then I come in looking like this. There you go. £12.95. £12.95 for gorgeous, gorgeous, amazing quality peridot as well, isn't it? You see the wonderful... No, let's look at it down there, minus the blood. There you go, look. Beautiful, isn't it? No, I'm not repeating that. No. No. I have to come back here in a few weeks' time, Phil. I'm not saying that. £12.95. More than my life's worth. £12.95. Is that nice, isn't it? Gorgeous. Actually, this would be good for the top of the pumpkin, couldn't it?
It would, indeed.
Lovely. That's amazing. Don't listen. Don't listen. Just rip it out, Sarah. Don't listen to a word they're saying. £12.95. It'll only get you into trouble, Sarah. Right. I'm filtering it all. Right. Let's put this on. Do apologise to Amelia for me. Might buy a new one and send it in. Where the heck do you buy something like that from, though? I suppose that's a DIY thing, isn't it? You do it yourself. Oh, you didn't tell her about that, did you? Oh, that's okay then. Luckily, yes, we did have an evening where we destroyed a bus, didn't we? Deliberately. I mean, it was on its way out anyway. We just helped it along, didn't we? we just stamped it out of the way. And Amelia doesn't know anything about that. She's all fine. It's all good. It's the way it should be. How about labradorite graduated gorgeous, gorgeous rondelles now? Look at the colour in every single one of these. The thing I love, I mean, I love everything about JM, as you know. I hope it shows, because I just adore being here. It's amazing. But the quality of our labradorite is honestly second to none. And I've worked a lot with labradorite over the years, and the quality of the material we have is absolutely exceptional. It really is. £17.95. Is that an improvement? I tried to do a bun. Here we go. Going even lower. Oh, now that's quite nice, isn't it? That's a bit like I look a bit like I don't know, like Sharon Stone or something like that now. I think it's very nice. I've got that lovely quiff going on. Beautiful. I am available for pantomime, by the way. You know, throughout select dates in December. I've not been booked yet. Can't imagine why. £10.95. That's beautiful. Look at that. Very, very simple bracelet, simply restranded if you wanted to graduate those up. Amazing. I think it's about time, by the way, while you grab those at £10.95, that we had a little first squiz at... Oh, actually quite fetching that now, isn't it? We had a look at Sarah's jewellery for the kits at 7 o'clock. Because this is something else. Now, we have a black cat theme going on here. Spooky Specdelica is the name of our kit at 7 o'clock, which is lovely. And Delicas we love. It's been a big Delica week, actually. That's quite nicely styled, that, actually. I think I found it. I found the level now, I think. Nice. So well done on the labradorite. £10.95. One more to squeeze in. 12. How's the first hour gone so quickly? It's gone so quickly. Russian, did you say, Phil? Russian Amazonite now. That's got a really, really deep tone of colour to it as well, isn't it? Don't you think? No one's having any spooky tea tonight then, Phil? I don't know. What do you have? Anyone having? Does anybody eat pumpkin? Do you know what I mean? Because when you're is that your spooky tea? What's that? Pie. Look at what Leah's eating. Have you been eating these? Are they pumpkin?
No.
What's in them?
Lentils and cold lentils.
Lentils? With a Halloween twist? Interesting. Nice. Are they nice? Don't worry, Derek. Colin destroyed a display bust live on TV by leaning on it. He does have a hefty lean, does our Colin, doesn't he? Oh well, 1-1 then. That's all right. That's fine. Colin's done it. It's fine for us all to do it. No problem. £24.95. No, says Phil. It's nearly the end of the hour, so we're going super, super low. I don't know how I managed to get so much blood on my notes. This is just the kit list, by the way. Weird. £14.95, so a whole £10 per strand comes off that price for them for you. £14.95, and this is material from Russia, for heaven's sake. Not that many gemstones coming out of Russia. You can imagine how tricksy the negotiation is as well to actually, you know, get the best price, to get them out and everything else. And there's also a lot of collectors who are looking for, you know, you can see Amazonite's got very, very similar characteristics visually to your Jewellerite in purple as well. And the two have an amazing sort of synergy between them. And they're great together. If you look at the purple in the graphics there, next to the strand, you think, oh, actually, that's quite a nice combination together, isn't it?
It is. Beautiful.
It's almost like a turquoisey alternative, isn't it?
It is. It's a beautiful combination.
Very lovely. Derek, you look delightful, like a zombie Shirley Temple. I think since I've restyled, I think certainly that I do have a certain je ne sais quoi now. I might have another restyle in the break as well and see what we come back as. £14.95 if you want to grab these right now. So, after the break, spooky Specdelica. Absolutely. Try saying that 10 times in a row. And a brand new bead along tool as well, which is really, really good actually if you are knotting. It's like a knotting bridge. And we'll tell you more about that after the break. And I'm going to have a little change of style for the old hair. See you back here in 3 spooky little minutes.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Hello everyone, guest designer Mark Smith here with some amazing news. I'm very excited about this. On Wednesday the 1st of November it's going to be Mark Smith Day. So everything that Mark Smith loves about Jewellery Maker and its products will be showcased throughout the day. So in the morning show I'll be on with presenter Carol and we're going to have a chip and nugget bonanza. One of the kits, in fact, just to let you in a little secret, is going to have 10 meters in length of chips and nuggets with a bit of wire thrown in and the most amazing diamond kit as well. And then in the afternoon from 1 till 6 we're going to be joined by presenter Becky and we're going to be talking about paracord and wire macrame, which I haven't done wire macrame for so long. I'm really excited about it. And then in the evening presenter Zena and I will be focusing on Swarovski and seed beads, another massive love of mine. So hope you can join me and the amazing presenters on Wednesday the 1st of November for Mark Smith Day.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Oh yes, we've had a little restyle. Yes, We're back to Oompa Loompa again, I think. Hello, welcome. It is a bit busy. I'm loving this wig, though. It's very good. Great value for money. Oh, let's do a star buy. Yes, that's what we're meant to be doing, isn't it? I have no idea. It's like playtime tonight. It's great. Loving it. We've got some purple opal for you. This is really, really deep purple as well, actually. Really deep purple. Leah, how do you deal with so much hair? I couldn't be doing with it. I couldn't be doing with it. It's just too much, isn't it? Honestly. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I won't have any choice soon, anyway. We should just enjoy this moment while it lasts. So, 35 carats of phenomenal purple opal here. Is this dyed, Phil? Okay, so it's dyed to intensify its colour and to deepen that lovely rich colour. This, I think, is lovely. Don't you think? Just as if I just move that along to the white of my shirt for a second, you just see how striking those colours are, and you're getting so many different sort of variants in that colour. That's a lovely star buy, actually, because you could team that up with some lavender opal if you wanted to as well. Who? Who said it? Sean? Sean thinks I either look like who? Gary Oldman dressed as Dracula, or a certain former Prime Minister. The man is not for turning, let me tell you. Yes. Yes. Slightly different colour, I'm hoping. £6.95 for your star buy tonight. That's pretty good, isn't it? I'd imagine that ordinarily this would be kind of like a £9.95 opportunity. Do you know what I mean? 35 carats and lots of stones to work with. Fabulous colour. Actually, if you've got big seed bead projects going on as well, if you want to incorporate some real bursts of colour, then I think, Sarah, this would be perfect for you in your lovely dress tonight, wouldn't it?
Beautiful. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be very, very nice. Very nice. Yes, in fact, can I give these to Sarah to model for a second? Make herself a little... I'm just going to have a little wander. There you go. Just a little...
Would you like them there modelled?
Well, wherever you like, my love.
Here.
Come over here. I don't bite unless you ask nicely. She looks terrified.
Sorry, concentration.
See, that's beautiful, isn't it? Really nice. And this is the kind of... Actually, I've looked at all of the party outfits that are in the shops right now for the winter season. Thank you, my darling. I should be over in a moment. Yes, if you look at the party, I think I went into... where was it now? Was it Marston's Mentos? Or was it Next? I can't remember. It was one of those high street stores that are doing all the sparkly tops for Christmas. You know, like the sequin tops. Very nice. Sort of like velvety with sequins all over. Very nice. This would be great. Oh, you got yours already, Mike, have you? Well done. Very good. It's good to get in first in case they sell out to your size. £6.95. That's gorgeous. Love it. Well done. So that's our star buy. Let's take a little walk then, shall we? Do I need to take anything else with me, Phil? Just me? Come along then. Come along. Here we go. I definitely got a hunchback thing going on here as well. Wasn't intentional. But never mind. How are you? Ooh, I am scary looking, aren't I? That's even closer. Ooh, Fright Night is here. Ha 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 ha. Welcome to Spooky Specdelica. This is a fabulous kit. You're going to love this. Really, really good. Spider not included. It's just come in to see what's going on. Wire, we've got our silver-plated copper wire on this one. So we have 10 metres of 0.4, we've got 10 metres of 0.6, and we have got 4 metres of 1 millimetre gauge, and that's good without my contacts in, the proper ones. And in terms of our seed beads, we're looking at Delicas, and these are beautiful, and they are all ATOs. So we're looking at the big delicas as well. So 6 tubes. We've got our black ATOs, we've got our galvanised silver ATOs, our Delica matte black ATOs, the Delica matte crystal ATOs, and the silver line crystal ATOs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6, aren't they, all together? Yes. And Delica white opal AB. This is going to work out £3.33 per tube of seed beads. With all the wire basically coming along for the ride. So we're looking at £19.95 for 6 tubes of delicas, and they're the ATO delicas as well, so good sizable delicas. Good for a starter, I would say, definitely, which you know I am when it comes to seed beading. I have bought some seed beading needles.
Okay.
Some
It's a start.
needles. Needles. Don't need the demo. Sarah's well aware of what a beading needle looks like. I do need some seed beads though. These are your 6 tubes of ATOs, and again, are really, really lovely. If I squidge those all up together, and you see just the lovely variety that we've got of the matte and the crystal delicas, that's really, really good. Now, can I say before we start the demo, get those secured now while you can. Well done, you are. You don't even need telling, do you? I mean, at this kind of price tag, and I was seriously, I promise you, at the weekend, I was out and I was looking at seed bead prices because I thought, right, okay, what is it that's so good about what we do here at JM? So I thought, I've got to go, for my own satisfaction, I've got to go out into the big wide world and say, right, okay. And the very entry-level seed beads, I have to say, a lot of them are working out at a lot more than £3.33 for the kind of quantity we're getting here for, oh sorry, did you say? Oh, per component in this kit, we're actually looking at £2.22, but if we broke it down by just the seed beads, £3.33 per tube, and they're all Miyukis, and I thought like a lot of you, I thought, okay, well, what's the difference? What's the difference? What's so special about Miyuki versus... And then I went to go and see what I would consider to be entry-level seed beads. You know, playing with, I'm just starting, it doesn't matter seed beads. Yeah, there is a big difference. There is a big, big difference. And I guess actually in sort of in consistency as well, what I noticed with some other seed beads, entry levels that you bought in little bags, was that there wasn't necessarily a continuity of colour all of the way through the seed beads. And you think, hang on a second. Hang on a second, these are not gemstones which naturally vary in colour, these are things that you make to be this colour. So they should be absolutely identical, and they weren't. I'm trying to make a very serious point, dressed as a loon, I've just noticed. Shall I just stop there? That's a brilliant deal for delicas, says Nikki, great for a stash builder and a delica addict. And a lot of people... sorry, Sarah. A lot of people are delicate addicts as well, aren't they?
Yep, definitely, because just the way that they fit together so beautifully, they tessellate so well, that you have none of those gaps that if you were using a standard rounded edged seed bead,
yeah.
when you work things like the peyote, which is the other piece of the other piece that's got the cat on it, is a peyote piece, you'll see that they just literally, there is no gaps. It's seamless.
That's amazing. That's almost like a pixel picture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you remember back in the days with the early days of computers where everything was pixels, wasn't it? And it was very difficult to create any kind of, you know, form and curves and any kind of animation. That's amazing because that's taking us back to an era that we loved. To create something, you know, that is sort of solid image, and you can create literally... Did you have to create a plan for this, Sarah, in advance?
You can do a search for peyote graph paper.
Yes.
And then you can literally just take an image and almost draw it out as best you can, what fits the graph paper the best. And you get lots of different images, so you can do all sorts of different things. So, you know, I looked at sort of, you know, the stylised cartoon ghosts from a certain game and various different things. You can do all of those in peyote. Or, you know, if you wanted to and you have a bead loom, again, you can get graph paper for bead loom, which is again different because they sit on top of each other instead of being bricks style. They sit in rows. So you can get different graph papers for different ways that you want to use your delicas, but they will always tessellate so beautifully to each other and have no gaps and almost have this seamless finish.
Is this made with the crystal just the crystal ones, and
No,
have you used the ABs for the eye?
Yeah, what I did was I mixed the matte black and the shiny black
Yeah.
to do the cat, and I just picked them up randomly off my mat.
Uh-huh.
And I mixed the crystal silver and the sort of matte silver together. So that's what's sort of giving that shimmer on the
I
background.
love it. I think it's great, don't you? And if you could take that's a management. How long, realistically, how long is that kind of square going to take you to seed bead-ish?
Probably if you're new to peyote and new to reading charts, 3 to 4 hours. If you're used to doing it, a little bit quicker, maybe 2 hours.
Once you get started, though, you're going to go to town, aren't you? You're going to end up. I was talking with Joe. We did a show. Joe, when was it? Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yes, yesterday it was. Yes, absolutely. Yesterday I did a show with Joe, as we'll all remember, and actually I was saying to her, and she was making triangular peyote.
Yes.
Is you could almost create like patchwork, couldn't you?
You can,
once you
very
start
easily.
making pieces like this.
Definitely. I mean, if you because this is using the 8O delicas, it's going to give you that slightly larger footprint. But if you wanted to, if you had got the kits from yesterday where you had the 11O delicas, and you're going to make that, and it's going to be a lot smaller piece.
Yeah.
So you could then maybe make sort of 3 different panels and put them into a bracelet and have maybe some chainmail in between them.
Yeah? Oh, that'd be amazing. Anyway, listen, we need to get started, and we will do in just a second. I just want to know, Phil, how many kits do we have and how many are already spoken for? Right, okay. Can I just say to you right now, just look at your price. Remember, there are 6 tubes of 8O delicas in this kit. So they're working out at £3.33 per tube, and it's almost like the wire bundle here is just coming along for free. And you are getting, what is it? Is it 30 metres? 24 metres of wire here, and it's silver-plated copper wire as well. So you're getting 10 metres of 0.4, 10 metres of 0.6 and 4 metres of 1mm gauge as well. So it's almost like that wire is free in this bundle, and your seed beads are working out an amazing £3.33 a tube. And you've got the mixture of the matte and also the AB delicas, and you've got lots of different textures and shades going on.
Yeah.
So grab those. Oh my word, there's so many of you. There are so many of you jumping in for this kit. Well done, congratulations, and thanks for being here. I know there are a million places you can be tonight, so thank you for being with us. Right,
Okay.
let's do it, shall we?
Right,
Let's do it.
okay. Put the glasses on, so I want to see what I'm doing. Just to let you know that I have still got loads left over. So
Okay.
these are my original kit version. So although I've made that large panel, and made the bracelet and the various other bits and pieces, I've still got loads left over. So you're going to have enough to be able to sort of try bead looming or try doing peyote. Maybe you want to try and make the triangular peyote that Joe did yesterday, but you don't want to start with the 11Os. This is a perfect way of being able to start doing those designs.
Yes.
But they just build up a little bit quicker because you've got the larger beads. And
Cool.
They are beautiful. We're going to make the little cat earrings tonight.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
These are beautiful. Look, really, really sweet.
Little sweet. Yeah, just really cute and really quick and easy to make. So, you don't have to do big elaborate pieces of work. You've got the wire in there, and you can use the delicas to decorate them if you want to as well. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of my 1mm wire, and because we're making earrings, to get them the same, always cut your wire at the beginning the same length. So that will give you a uniformity when you're making earrings. If you're making a pendant, it wouldn't matter if you just cut the wire, and the longer you make the piece of wire, the bigger the cat will be. So I've just cut these, and they're about, I'd say, about 6 inches long, these pieces of wire, and it's the 1mm wire from the kit. So if you are making to sell on a store, that 4 metres of your 0.1 wire is going to go an awfully long way.
Definitely.
Okay, so the first bit we're going to do, and this is great practice if you're new to jewellery making or making spirals as well, is we're going to make a spiral, which is going to be the cat's head, the centre of the cat's head.
Okay.
And what I'm going to use is my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come in quite close to the end of the pliers, because the smaller I make the centre of the loop, the tighter the spiral will be at the beginning. And I always say to people when I'm teaching people to make spirals is, if you get the centre of your spiral in a perfect circle, the rest will follow. If you get an oval at the beginning, you're going to get an oval all the way through that spiral. So it's just a matter of a little bit of practice. So I've gone about 3mm from the end of my round nose pliers. If I go right to the end, I won't be able to grip the wire very easily, so just come a little bit further back. And I don't want any of the wire protruding from the end of the pliers. So, because if I start like that, I'm going to get that piece of wire is not going to be round at the end of that.
Okay, yeah.
It gets spiraled in. So I go right to the end, and it's small movements. So try and grip the wire, small movements. So I'm not going to go make a whole circle in one move. I'm making small movements. And then when I get to the point where I've almost come round in that full circle, I'm going to carry on and just bring the wire back over itself. So can you see now, I've got that perfect circle sitting in the middle of there. And that's because I've gone all the way round and not stopped once the wire touched back.
Yeah.
So I've actually sort of gone a turn and a half, if you like, or a turn and a quarter of that circle. And now I can switch to flat pliers. So I can move away from my round nose pliers. So I've got enough there to be able to hold on to be able to start to create my spiral. And again, it's going to be small movements, but I've got lots of wire here to be able to use as a lever. So if you try and do it from down here, it's a little bit more difficult. So if you bring your hand a little bit further back, that gives me a way of being able to move the wire. So you can see I'm holding the wire, but I'm almost turning this piece of wire to lever it into the right position. So this will stay still, like so. And it's a little quarter turns, like so. Okay.
Do you know what? This is just the demo I needed for just where I am with my wire working, actually, because I've just spotted 2 or 3 things there that I've just gone in, like a bull in the china shop, like boys do, fallen off the ends, and pulled the wire the wrong way, twisted the pliers rather than the wire. Yeah,
it's all about sort of learning the basic skills that you're going to use so many times, and creating a perfect circle will help you if you're making an eye pin, if you're making a wrapped loop, all of those things it's going to help you with. So it's a really key sort of building block of skills. So what I'm going to do is going to make sure that I pay attention to how many times my spiral has gone around, and so I've got it so that the spiral is coming all the way around twice, and that little tail of the spiral in the middle is facing the bottom. So I know that the next time I make my spiral, I'll make it exactly the same on the opposite earring, so that they'll be even. So if you make sure that you always finish where that end of that wire is facing the bottom or the top, or so you've got a marker almost. So now I need to start to make the cat's ears. It seems a bit weird because you've got all this wire, and you're going to be making cat's ears on the little. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my flat pliers, and again I'm going to be using these as a measurement of how big I'm going to make the cat's ears. So the further I come down the pliers, the longer that bit of wire is that's held within the jaw, and the pointier and the larger the ears will be.
Okay.
So it's giving me a measurement. So I'm going to come about 0.5 centimetre to 1 centimetre down those pliers. It's not quite that, so you can just sort of a visual marker in your own mind's eye as to where you are, because that's what you're going to be for the next one as well. And then I'm just going to bend the wire over the pliers. So I'm just using my thumb to bend that wire over the pliers. And that's giving me a little bend in the wire. And that's going to give me that first ear. I'll just bend that down. So I've got a little ear. And then I'm going to bring my pliers back in, and I'm going to go about the same distance down them, and I'm going to bring my wire back up. And that's giving me a V shape on top of that spiral. Okay. And again, I'm going to put my pliers back in, exactly the same sort of distance that they were, and bend the wire back down again. That's now given me a little pair of ears on top of that little spiral. There we go. And you can manipulate these wires and get them exactly how you want them to be, and also pull that circle in so that they're sitting on top of it. So now I've got the long piece of wire left, and I've got my little cat's ears and head made. So now I'm going to be starting to make a spiral on the bottom here. Now if you want the body of the cat to be smaller, you can wind this wire tighter, or if you want it to be larger, you can open your spiral weave up. But it's going to be the same
So if it was a pendant, you could scale all of this up?
Oh gosh, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So you just take a longer piece of wire, and with the spiral you've made at the top for the head, instead of going around twice, you go around 3, 4, 5 times, and it make it more open as well. So you don't have to make the spiral really close to each other. You can actually open that spiral up, and by an open spiral, we just mean that each of those circles of wire isn't sitting right next to each other. It's a little bit of a gap in between. So I'm going to start to make the body of the cat, and again we're going to make the first loop of our spiral closed and tight to the wire. That will just give me that perfect building for making the rest of my spiral. So again, we're going to take the wire around till it touches the longer wire, and then bring that around, and that's going to give me the start of my spiral again for me. And again, I can start to make the centre of that spiral quite neat and tidy, and then to make it more open, as I'm curling the wire around, I'm just not bringing it right next to that other wire. Can you see there's a little bit of a gap there? And again, small movements with the wire is going to give us that open spiral. So we're getting the open spiral there. You can see I'm trying to get that consistency of the spiral, the gap between it. So if this was bigger and that was smaller, it would give me an uneven spiral. So I'm going to spiral that up there. Now, I always do these the wrong way around. So you can see that the body is facing out away from the head.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely fine, because I can just hold that spiral, hold that one, bring it underneath, like so. And then bring everything into position, like that. And you get a little cat.
That's sweet, isn't
A
it?
little cat, and you can use these as little charms. You can put them on charm bracelets. You could make these slightly larger so that the gap between the spiral itself, so the opening here, I could then channel set in between these two sets of wire, the delicas, and actually fill in a body of colour into there as well. We're doing the channel setting technique with the 0.4 wire that's in the kit. So if you've got, if you make these bigger, just make them so that you've got an open channel that's big enough for the delicas to sit in. You can then channel set the delicas into there and actually add colour to it. And that is as simple as those little cats are. They're very easy to do.
How sweet. How sweet. And again, what a lovely gift they would be. Made very, very simply with 2 6-inch lengths of your 1mm wire.
Yes, that's it.
And you've got a lot of those in 4 metres, haven't you?
That's it. And I
Heck
just
of a
used a
lot.
little bit of the wire and some of the delicas just to make a little hanger from, just for the earrings to sit on.
Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Now, there are a lot of people who are grabbing this opportunity of 6 tubes of 8/0 delicas coming in at £19.95. Because that is an amazing deal. I'll just run through the delicas that we've got for you tonight. They're all Mayukis. So you have your black 8/0s, you've got galvanized silver 8/0s, Delica matte black 8/0s, Delica matte crystal 8/0s, your silver line crystal 8/0s, and also your white opal AB as well. And they are phenomenal. So you've got the crystal and you've got the white AB as well, which is lovely. Sarah, your pieces are beautiful. Would you mind putting the pattern for the peyote cat onto Facebook for us?
I will do that when I get home. I need to draw it out because my pattern I've drawn all over. So yes, I will draw it back out for you and I'll put it up on Facebook. It'll go on my guest designer page for you.
And you can, like you said before, you can download even peyote graph paper.
You can, and if you've got the graph paper, you can literally almost put a picture underneath. And then sort of trace through the outline and roughly get it into the right place. So if you've got a picture of a cat in a different position, maybe a sitting cat or something like that you want to put onto the peyote graph paper, you can then sort of get it to the right size. You can blow up the graph paper as well to the right size for the picture, if you like.
And the flexibility you get out of that is amazing.
Like fabric. It's so flexible. And I've just put the wires in the top and the bottom just to give it a little bit of stability. So that's the 1mm wire is actually going through the top and bottom of the design.
Oh, okay, yeah, just to give that bottom and top a little bit of...
It's almost like
a flag almost.
Fabric. It's beautiful. It's so... The best word I can come up with is slinky.
Yes. Well, remember we had some sort of metal Was it Swarovski kind of? It was almost like a mesh.
Oh yes,
with the crystals on it.
In,
yeah.
It's got a very similar feeling to that actually. Yes.
And it's a lot less money to spend.
And there are a lot of beads in there because that's 12 beads wide. But I don't know how many beads, how many rows. I think it's something like about 24 to 36 rows high.
Yeah.
And then although it's not any taller than it is wide, you have more rows of the peyote because in each sort of almost staggered row of bricks, you have 2 rows of peyote. So it's more, you have more rows than you have the width of the beads to create a square.
Do you know what, as well, if you wanted to sort of modify using the palettes of colours that you've got, you want to make a lovely Christmas decoration. Whew,
yeah.
How amazing. You've got some great colours there. Thank you, says Nikki, who will... oh, hi, Derek. You look amazing, fantastic. Ooh, those eyes. Oh, hello. Who's washing the blood off the shirt? Oh, yeah, that'll be me as well. That'll be me. Hope the victim survived. Ah, well, that's for me to know and for you to find out. $19.95 for this kit. Thank you, lovely Liz and Tony. I am still working. I'm working for Liz and Tony at the moment. I'm doing a wire work Liz. I've done the wire work Liz, and I've got a bit of work to do, and then I've got to make the Tony, and then an ampersand in the middle. And I'm working on a little ensemble within a heart, I think. Before we go over, I'm just going to give you a little quick flash of what's coming up in 15 minutes' time, because we have a brand new tool to launch from Beadalon. It is on pre-order already, so if you want to grab it right now, you absolutely can. And yeah, what an opportunity this will be. I think actually is almost like 2 extra pairs of hands, isn't it, Sarah, this?
It's going to hold, if you struggle to do any of your macrame pieces or your wrap style bracelet pieces where you need that channel to be able to work underneath, that bridge, if you like, to be able to go underneath your threads and have both your hands free. This is going to give you that to sort of, you know, hold everything stable for you while you're working, and you're not limited to the length of the tool either. So if you want to make a double length wrap bracelet, I'm going to show you how the tool will enable you to be able to do that.
Fantastic. We'll be showing you that in around about 15 minutes' time. The code for it, if you want to grab it now, is... Hang on, I'm waiting for the voices from above. I'm getting a feeling that there's an N in it somewhere. DYBN 50. I told you there was an N in it, didn't I? Absolutely. Back with Sarah to see that demoed in just a moment, but you and I must fly. Over here. Over here. Does a vampire fly? Oh yes, I need to, when I turn into a bat, I can fly. I'd love to be able to do that. Imagine that, just being able to turn into a... Is a bat a bird? Or is a bat a bat? Well, it flies, doesn't it? Oh, it's a mammal, isn't it? Yes. But imagine being able to turn into a flying mammal whenever you wanted to. That'd save a lot of diesel, yes. And on Thursday night here at JM, it's Blue Planet 56 with Derek Marks. Right, let's go back into the box then, shall we? Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. Love, love, love. Is a bat a bird? You know, I only ask the important questions, me. All right, Phil. Do you know what he just said in my ear? Is a penguin a type of horse? It flies, Phil, doesn't it? It flies. No, a bat. No, not a... Penguins can't fly, no. They're good swimmers, though, let me tell you. Really good swimmers. Very good. I've seen that. I definitely know they can swim. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Been to the zoo and everything. Right, black agate, medium nuggets now. They're long nuggets as well. Go on, enjoy that moment, Phil. Enjoy it. Another moment of my... the rumbling. See, I should have listened. I should have gone to the front row in the class instead of sitting in the back row chewing. £3.95. See, yeah, university education, it wasn't wasted on me, was it? No, because I didn't have one. £3.95. That's great, isn't it? Hello, Jenny. Hello, Penny. That's weird. The first two buyers, they're rhyming sisters. Do you know each other? Well, Jenny's in Surrey and Penny's in Essex, so they could know each other. £3.95. What a lovely, lovely shape to be working with. And I guess if you were with me yesterday mid-show, of course, with lovely Jo, I remember it well, with the long amethyst bars that we had yesterday on the mid-show. Hi, Derek. So if it flies, it's a bird. Frisbee. Is a frisbee a bird? I think it is. Plane, kite, shall I go on? A kite is actually a bird, though, I know a little bit. A kite is a bird of prey? Bird of prey, yes, I'm getting the nod from Sarah, and she's very intelligent. £3.95. Don't let me down, Sarah, I'm relying on you being right. Hello, Sean. Sheen, should I say, sorry. Honestly, can't read tonight either. I just should point out I don't have my regular contact lenses in, so the vision isn't quite as good as normally it is. That's my excuse, and I'm absolutely sticking to it all the way through until 10 o'clock. I've just thought, actually, I don't have a proper lens to drive home in. Well, anyway, that's fine, not a problem. Got my glasses. You're not seeing those. Imagine my glasses over these. This would be interesting, wouldn't it? Deary me. Well done, Tina. Yeah, let's hope there are no unnecessary stops on the way back. Although you'd be all right tonight, wouldn't you? You'd be all right tonight, wouldn't you? That'd be fine. It's expected tonight, isn't it? It's all fine. I don't want to end up on one of those documentaries that they, that are right. You know those channels that are right. Don't go venturing now, but you know those channels that are right down there, +5, +6, and all of that. Yeah. Yes, when TV presenters lose the plot. No, my shows are used in instruction manuals, in presentation schools. This is definitely how not to do it. Right. Let's have some twisted tubes now in sterling silver. Ooh, lovely. Actually, I could just do a bit of time in France. What was the weather like in France, actually, Sarah? Because you were in the south, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a couple of nice days. It got up to 26, I think, one day.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, so we had a really nice couple of days, and then we had a couple of days where it was still sunny, but it wasn't quite as warm, so it was really still nice. Nice.
See, we're struggling for 2.6 at the moment, aren't we? Let alone 26. Never mind, the sun's still coming out. That's all that matters, isn't it? These are lovely. Lots and lots of action. 3 by 10 millimeters. You've got a nice big aperture in the middle of that. They might be nice for those earrings, actually, if you wanted to make them longer.
Yes, definitely.
Seed beads and tubes, maybe. Sue says, OMG, just tuned in to see a talking wig. I know. Things you see on Jewellery Maker. This is now looking a bit like I do have. Sarah's very, very kindly given me, because it does get a little out of control if it's not tamed. But you managed to make it earlier. It looked a little bit Olivia Newton-John. It looked quite funky, didn't it? I nearly went for the Oompa Loompa wig as well, and that would have looked. That's a bit more Oompa Loompa again, isn't it? Very nice. £5.95 then for your fabulous sterling silver twist spacer tubes. You've got 10 of them, and they are solid sterling. Well, they're not solid, obviously they're the hole in the middle, but all sterling silver, 2.3 grams of as well. And you can see the way they've been beautifully polished on the outside, but you can see where they've been cast. You've got that almost white appearance on the inside where they haven't been polished, and that gives them actually an extra depth and a little bit more definition as well. They're wonderful, actually. When you've got them on some beading thread or some beading wire, or some wire in a structure, or simply threaded onto a length of chain. In fact, we have a metre of chain coming up a little bit later on. I wonder if this chain goes through the centre. It might not. Let's just see. There's only one way to see. Oh, it does, Let's get a couple on then, shall we? Because if you put them on in the centre of a length of chain, or that's the start of your design, if you have those in the centre of a neckline or a bracelet or something like this, the movement that they can create is quite amazing. I mean, you might put a couple of beads in the middle of that, but if I just hold that out sort of left-right for a second, look, just a little bit of movement just animates those beads beautifully, doesn't it? It's quite nice to have them moving around, actually. So bear that chain in mind. It's coming up later. and we've got a whole metre of it available coming up for you soon. So, well done on those. Got lots of goodies tonight. Have you seen... Oh, now where's it gone? You know that brand new Swarovski, the Infinity one? It's disappeared. It's disappeared. Well, I'll try and get that back for you, actually, because I want to show you again that a little bit later on. It's lovely. Right, last chance saloon now. Oh, how many do we have? Oh, ooh, this is the kind of little spooky bargain I'm after. Chisel nose pliers. I'm all over my tools at the moment. I've got so many now, which is brilliant. And you kind of need them all, don't you? You kind of think, oh, it's fine. I can just get away with one of those, one of those, one of those. I'll be fine. And then you realise, oh, no, actually. If you want to do, this is your chisel nose pliers. Let's get them out, actually. Let's get them out and have a little look. So what's the difference, Sarah, between our... Oh, I see now. I see. So you've got a very, very... definitive point there.
That's it. So you can get right into, so when we were making the cat's ears and things like that, if we wanted to get right into a very tight angle,
yeah,
we can use these because they've got that really tight point, so we can get in between our wires to start putting those really nice, neat, sharp turns into them. So they're going to give us that extra sort of reach, if you like. They get into those smaller gaps.
They're fabulous, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
and they're really good for things
now.
like, you know, if you're doing chainmail and maybe you're doing a design where there's not as much room on the extra links that you might be adding, so that you've not got as much room to get a full flat set of pliers onto the edge of that jump ring.
Yes. And also, actually, I've noticed that obviously the longer your plier handles are, the more comfortable they are to hold for long periods of time, because sometimes you are holding on to them for quite a while, and that can become quite taxing, can't it?
Definitely. The better quality the tools you're using, the more comfortable they are, the easier it is on your hands.
Yes.
And I found, you know, that as I got different tools for different jobs as well, you don't actually wear your hands as much because you don't have to hold them quite so hard. So because you've got that precision, you're not actually trying to sort of use almost force through your hands on the handles to hold it. The tip of the pliers is doing it for you.
Yes,
you don't need to hold
that's
them
very true.
hard.
Actually, it is sort of minimum input for maximum output, isn't it? And that's the thing I've noticed. Actually, there are some tools that you buy that are so heavily sprung that you feel like you're hanging on for grim death. You're almost squeezing too hard. And of course, you know, if you're working on a project, you might be there for, you know, a good hour plus at a time, you know, using various tools, and actually the least work they can be, the better it is. £19.95, but there are only 4 pairs left, I'm afraid, so under £20, and again, worth investing in the best tools there are in the business. The beadsmith tools, the Zurons, they're always fantastic, really, really good indeed. So, only a few of those remaining. Good luck. Let's go next into box number 5, where we've got a sterling silver. Ooh, ooh, nice split bail, actually. Nice split bail this time. That's rather beautiful, isn't it? That's very elegant. Very, very elegant indeed. So if you're using your, if you're making lovely Swarovski pieces or seed bead pendants or something like that, amazing to show them off, just to show a little bit of breadth to a bail, because I think some bails can look very, I don't know, they can almost look a little bit vulnerable if they're too slim. Do you know what I mean? You kind of think, oh, that's not going to hold. But I think if you can see something that's good and chunky and solid silver, do you know what I mean? Definitely. You've got faith in it, haven't you?
You have, and I like split bails are lovely if you've got a finer chain that's going through there. Yeah. Because it almost creates that beautiful bridging point for the chain. Yeah. So it doesn't almost create that sort of too deeper sort of V point on the neckline. It always creates a little bridging point, so it just softens the look a little bit as well. And also it's going to give that chain, you know, more contact with the bail, and therefore spreading any weight of the pendant out across the chain, so it's taking the strain away from the chain that's carrying it. That's very true, actually. And there's a lot of silver there. £3.95. It just looks a little bit more professional as well, doesn't it? It does. It just gives you that, you know, that's just that attention to detail. That's what we're always looking for as jewellery makers, is to be able to create something that looks a little bit different from other people. You know, that you've put that attention to detail in, that you've got these extra little quality pieces in your designs, and it just sets you apart completely.
Yeah, it does. Actually, a variant on your lovely cat earlier, you could have brought the 2 points into the centre
Yes.
and then popped them onto something like this, couldn't you?
Oh, definitely.
Yum, yum, yum. Like this. £3.95. Grab, 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 grab while you can. Right, let's do, next up. Oh, I've never seen this before. I have never seen this before. Oh, look. Ooh, sorry, I just saw myself then. Oh, that is scary, that, isn't it? Oh, that's a worry. Just a moment. I'll just correct myself. That's why I can't see properly. I've got little strands of green everywhere. That is very scary, isn't it? Sorry, I'm looking. There's a mirror to the top of this. You know me and mirrors. This is very cute, isn't it? So this is like yeah, actually, I shouldn't see a reflection, should I, technically speaking? I can, though. It's very definitely I'm there. I'm still here, very much. How sweet is that? And you can have the mirror just kind of standing up. There's a little ridge there for it to stand. So it's a full-on, oh, excuse fingers, full-on kind of jewellery box going on here, ready to be decorated. So you've got 3 fabulous drawers there, and you've got room in the top there for smaller items, for rings, for chains. How sweet! Oh, hello. Sorry, Where's Leah? Well, she's there somewhere. Where are you? Oh, there she is. Hey, Leah. Look at that. This is why I'm in front of a camera, not behind it. You see? There you go. So you've got 3 drawers there at the bottom, and essentially, it's very strong as well. Actually, it's brown craft paper, but very, very strong. I mean, that's as tough as houses, let me tell you. It's brilliant. Well, not literally a house. Don't know anybody who lives in a house made of that, but you know what I mean. Very, very strong indeed, and ready for decorating. Do you know what? You'd be hot fixing this, that, and the other all round it, wouldn't you? And jazzing it up.
Definitely. I mean, you know, you could be using the leathers that we have, the Napa leathers. You could be using, if you're a paper crafter, you're doing your decoupage, or just using your crafting papers. You could be using fabric on this to create a beautiful look. So maybe you've got some haberdashery in your bedroom that you want to match. You can get some fabric from any sort of fabric retailer and use a special glue to adhere that to it.
Do you mean like the Sewing Quarter?
Yeah.
Our sister channel.
Indeed.
Ooh, brownie point there. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
company man. There you go. Yes, you could. Oh, that would be amazing. Actually, really, really nice. You could even create something. You could decorate this with what you want. Of course, that's the thing. It's just your imagination, the only limit here. And I love the way that lid there sort of has the stand-up mirror. Very, very sweet. And you can make it completely unique to that person as well. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. She says the bead-along tying station is a great tool. Use it all the time as it is hands-free, has a measuring guide, and it's great for beadwork too. Fantastic. We're going to be seeing that in around about 5 minutes' time, which is lovely. Here's Mary in County Sligo in lovely Ireland. Hello, my darling. Hi all, great show, guys. Derek, can we see your amber cufflinks? They look really nice. Love the Beauty and the Beast costume. These aren't amber, actually. These are just a red crystal cufflink. I think you might have seen me earlier showing off a sterling silver charm with some amber on it, which we said might make cufflinks, and I put them against these. But yeah, these are just red crystal cufflinks. I thought maybe suitable for the occasion. So, what do you think to this then for £7.95? I was thinking. I've recently been to one of those retailers where you can buy bare bones ingredients for crafting your own bits and pieces, he says very subtly without saying it. And actually, there's lots of the craze at the moment is buying those cardboard letters, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And decorating those, because that's a brilliant thing to do. But actually, if you're a bit limited for space, this could be your jewellery box. This could be creating memories for the next generation as well. Maybe for your children for their first few pieces of jewellery.
I mean, it could be a little treasure box as well. You know, when children are small, they pick up their sort of favourite things and they put them in little boxes to keep as a treasure. Yeah. It could just be for that, So it could be, mementos from holidays and things like that they want to keep safe.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Where are we going next? 15. Oh, Lovely. You've got a treasure box, Phil. It's just got a drawer, just with things that have been thrown in there over the years. What's in there, Phil? Star Wars tickets. Is there a new one coming out? Is there? When's it come out? Is it in December? Oh, must be Christmas then. Another Star Wars film. What's it called this time? No one knows the name of it. The Last Jedi. And is it one going backwards or going forwards? Because I always get confused because they keep going backwards then forwards, don't they? Forwards this time. I do like Star Wars, actually. I do like it's worth it, isn't it? Other films are available. £6.95. Will you go and see that, Sarah, when it comes out? No.
I've not watched any of them.
I've never.
Never.
Never. How have you escaped the whole of your life without ever seeing a Star Wars film?
My children, when I went away to teach, they had a whole weekend when they watched the whole lot straight through with my husband.
Oh, well swerved, you.
Yeah, so I haven't watched any of them at all. So.
Do you know, actually, it's funny. You don't even need to be a sci-fi fan to kind of really kind of get into it.
Yeah.
It's strange and bizarre. Do I? Phil thinks from behind I may well make a good Chewbacca. You say the nicest things, Phil. £6.95. These are lovely, aren't they? Beautifully faceted, huge size as well, 13mm round. These could make nice cufflinks for guys as well, couldn't they? Actually, if you use the bead from the end, couldn't you? Very nice. Right, come on then. Let's go and launch this bead-along tool. Well, I say launch. I guess it's been around for a wee while, has it? It's just that maybe we haven't had it here. But they are fantastic, these kind of things, aren't they? These spiders are everywhere, aren't they? Love them. Love them, love them. So this is the bead-along tying station. Sylvia's already dropped us a text message to say that she's got one of these, and it's an absolute godsend.
Yeah.
Because really this gives you a nice bridge to work along. In fact, actually, Sarah, I won't pretend I know at all. I'll let you show us exactly what we will do with this.
So this is an extra component that you get in there that you don't need if you're just making a standard length bracelet. But it's an extra component that will allow you to capture if you're making a longer piece than the actual length of the tool itself.
Ah, okay, right.
I'll show you how that works in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got really, really, really clear instructions on the back. And that is the instructions. It's not pages and pages and pages. It's going to be really complicated for you to get started with this tool. That it's basically those pictures there. So it's a really simple tool to get started with.
Fabulous. So you do use the two ends with the wing nuts as kind of clamps almost, don't you?
You do. So, so you have two different ends, so the top and the bottom, and the top is, of course, where 0 is, and the bottom is wherever you want the length of your piece of jewellery to be.
Okay.
And so I'm going to take off, if I pull this now, take off the wing nut from the top section. You can see how easy that is to do. Okay, and we need to take off the washer and the top plate. That's what we need to take off.
Okay.
All of the parts do come out from under here, so it's easy if you just leave this on the station, but it is all modular.
Okay.
And what you need to do is, I've got preloaded here, I'll try and pick it up, there we go, a piece of beading thread, which I have just crimped at the end. So it tells you to do this with a little crimp bead to make a loop that will go over that thread of that bolt that's at the top end of your design.
Yep.
Depending on how you want to finish your piece of jewellery, this could just be a temporary loop, and I would leave a longer tail on there, and you can take that crimp bead off and then finish it a little bit tighter once you finish your design. Or you might want to leave that loop and just put a clasp onto there once you're finished. It's completely up to you. That loop is going to go over the top of that bolt, and that's going to secure that in place. And onto that we can put our plate, our washer, and our wing nut. So that's that end completely done. I've added on my beads, so if I'm going to do a macrame style piece of jewellery, which is going to help. I've preloaded my beads onto there, so they're ready to go, so I can knot in between those. And then at the bottom section, I'm just going to release the plate, put my thread underneath. And if you want to make that extra secure, you could wrap that around as well, like that. And then just secure back that nut into position, wing nut, like so. And that's going to clamp that thread into place for you. Now, I haven't done it very tight, but it's fine for what I need for now. And I'm just going to take a piece of my beading thread. So if this was a macrame with beading thread or a macrame with wire, it's going to give me the chance to be able to have both my hands free to be able to do the design. So I'm just going to pull that a little bit tighter. There we go. So that's giving me good tension on there now. So now, normally if I was doing this at home, I'd have to be holding something and then trying to lift this to put the thread underneath it. I've got that natural bridge there that's already perfectly left for me, and I've got a hollow as well, which is great if you're using things like wire. That will pass under there beautifully into that hollow. So I can take my beading thread underneath and I can start to, I'm just going to bring this down so you can see where I'm going to start working. I can start to do, this is where I always forget when I'm doing macrame, is make sure you get rid of all your tools away. Because beading thread and handles of tools is like when you're doing seed bead work, the thread will always want to wrap around the handles of the tools. So I've now got my thread going underneath. I can create my loop to the left hand side to create the first part of my square knot, which is going to come over that central working strand, that lazy strand there. I take my other working tail over the top of the one we just crossed and under and into the loop we just made. That's the first half of a square knot. So now I can use, you see I've got the station's going to stay exactly where I've put it, and I can pull that first knot into position very easily, and I've got control of both threads and I've got both hands being able to do that. I'm now going to be able to create the opposite side of that square knot beautifully underneath there, and that's really quick because I've got both hands free to be able to do it. So at home you may be wanting to, you can push that right up to the top, so it's going to give you that first starting position. That's going to be right up next to your crimp bead there. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to pull it a little bit further down. Okay, and now, so I've got my bead moved up. I can now do my second square knot underneath. And the great thing, because it's going to hold all the threads for me, is I can pull that tight, but can you see, because it's beading thread, it typically will bounce a little bit. But this is the great thing, because I've got both hands free, that I'm going to be able to pull that tight and be able to create the second knot. So what I've done is put the second knot in. The first one's bounced again. That's absolutely fine. I can now hold that with one hand and come in and put the next knot underneath very easily. So I've got both hands free to be able to do it, and that is the beauty of this tool. And if you're doing things like the wrapped bracelets that maybe would be longer than the length of your board, so if you're doing a double wrapped bracelet, sort of the Chandlu style, where you've got the two pieces of leather and the beads in the centre, what you do is you can use this other part at the bottom section, or the top section, whichever way you're working, so you can actually hold the, so you can change the top, sorry, the section where I've got the loop. I can change it for this one, and this will, instead of grasping just the thread around that loop, I can actually grasp the whole piece of work in this piece of foam. So the beads and the leather and all the piece of work I've done, and it won't damage, but it will grip. So it's going to put a force on that, so you can see how it will, as you put the wing nut down, it's going to, sort of squash and create that hold, but there's nothing there that will damage your beads or your previous working that you've done, and you can just keep moving your design along the board. So it could be you're making a beaded belt, for instance, a macrame beaded belt, or a wrap style piece that you want a really long piece of design. This is going to hold that for you and keep giving you that working station, and you can keep moving your design.
How clever is that? how much of an assistance. We've already had a message in from Sylvia to say that she absolutely loves this because it does give you that complete flexibility, is that extra pair of hands. And I have to say, Sarah, I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, but my mum does have limited dexterity. She can only really has full use of one hand.
Right.
So actually, if you, well, she's got the other hand still to use, but doesn't have as much control over it. So this would be great, where normally she would need that extra pair of hands, which would be a person, and having to bother them and tie them up in it as well. And actually you lose a bit of the sense of achievement when you've got somebody else having to help you, haven't you?
That's it. So, I mean, you know, this may be that you're wanting to hold the beads in a different direction, so you can actually hold them onto your workstation and work sideways like this. And, you know, it may be that you're tying knots and then going underneath. So for instance, if I take this wire, I can do, if I turn it around, because I always knot this way. It's funny how you always work in a particular direction. So you may be tying half hitch knots underneath. So I can actually then tie that half hitch knot like that and then move my next bead along, and that's going to help me to be able to work. And you can see that I'm not having to lift that central section, and I can actually keep the tension on the previous thread. And then pull that one into position. So I can actually then create those half hitch knots down that piece. And I can be quite forceful with this. You can see I'm moving that beading thread in the centre. It's got under good tension, but it's not coming out of the tool at all. It's locked in there. So I can be quite forceful with this. And it's a really sturdy, strong tool that's going to, you know, it's not going anywhere. And because you've got the tension, you can actually control that. And depending on what you're working with, whether you're working with a wax cord in the centre here and you're beading in between two pieces, you've still got a double clamp, if you like, a double area on either side of that thread with the wing nut. So
that's fabulous, isn't it?
To be able to use this.
And lots and lots of different applications for it as well. So if you want that, £14.95, a great tool, an extra pair of hands, or two actually. This is brilliant. So, coming up after the break, what was it, Phil? Brand new skull bead coming your way, and more from Halloween Live here at Jewellery Maker with Beauty and the Beast. See you back here in 3. Please don't go far.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different items of jewellery. You'll also get a manual, which will help to familiarise you with all the items you're going to be creating and all the tools you're going to need to do so. Plus, you'll also get a free pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier, so why not give it a go today?
Oh, you missed some moves then. Sarah was throwing some shapes to that sting. Let me tell you. Ooh, I tell you what, that's worth a DVD on its own. Let me tell you. Welcome to the must-have for tonight, which is spectacular. In fact, we've already had a brand new Swarovski launch tonight in a fabulous infinity bead. And this is just exceptional. It's like a work of art. I love it. It's a Swarovski crystal, but it's an AB skull head. It honestly, look. It is like a work of art, isn't it? Oh, I love it. Have you got a recording of this, Mike? Oh, okay. No, that's all right. That's fine. Because it's almost like these need little turntables so you can see them in their full glory. I'll try and replicate. Hang on, I'm going to move that to the middle, Leah. And I'm going to try and replicate our pre-recorded shot. You know what I mean? It's just, you wouldn't know the difference, would you, Mike, really? It's just amazing. Look at that. And of course it's through drilled from top to bottom. Oh, well held, Leah. So we are through drilled from top to bottom. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going in with a 1mm wire. Look at that, yes, we've just done surgery there. But isn't that good? Oh, I could have done that in the first place, couldn't I? So I might just bring that a little bit closer. Gorgeous though, isn't it? You see that lovely, it almost looks like, from some angles, it almost looks solid gold, doesn't it? Could almost be diamond made, couldn't it? That's beautiful. Okay, it's the must-have. How many do we have, Phil? Right, not massive amounts, not huge amounts, I have to tell you. It's a 2-minute on the morning show on Freeview, and these would be all completely and utterly out of the picture, let me tell you. They are stunners. Really, really beautiful. £5.95. Just be as quick as you possibly can and just grab them. See, it doesn't need to be Halloween. It doesn't need to be an occasion at all, does it? And we have the launch of the jet black one where you can see at the bottom of the screen there. In fact, where is the jet black one's gone missing as well. I'll try and get it back in a wee while. Just switched on from taking the kids treating, and oh wow, Derek, you look amazing. And so does the gorgeous Sarah. Yes, we are. Beauty and the Beast. I'll let you guess which way round it is. It's not difficult. Look at Sarah, she looks stunning. Looks stunning. Looks like she's just come from rehearsals. Sean. Derek, sorry, not tall enough for a Wookiee. You'd have to be an Ewok. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, as close to the ground as possible. That's fine by me. Oh, now, I've just reminded Mike now of Frodo. I'd have to look that up to know what he meant.
Hobbit.
Frodo, I'll have a look. Oh, is he the one that follows Thingy around? The Irish one? Do you mean him? No, that's Sam, isn't it? Who's the one that follows him around all the time? And he gets paranoid that he's going to steal the ring. Or am I thinking of something completely different? No, not Gollum.
Sam.
No.
Yes.
Sam, that's Sam I'm thinking of. What's his name again? Frodo. I've got to look it up. Hang on a second. I've no idea what they're talking about at all. I've just got to look it up and then I'll know. Frodo Baggins. I do not look like Gollum. I know that. Oh no. Oh, Frodo is actually him, isn't it? Yes, I see what you mean. Oh, it's the hair. I get it, Mike. Yeah. Absolutely. Like separated at birth. Maybe it's the haunting eyes, Mike, that are doing it. $5.95. That's beautiful, isn't it? That should be so much more. Imagine, I mean, again, I would invite you to have a little look on Swarovski's own website and look at their limited edition pieces that they do. You know, the limited edition crystal pieces that they're doing for Christmas, for instance, and those kind of things. And then look at the kind of price profile that those kind of things are, and then come back to this at $5.95, and you'll realise just how amazing it is to be able to buy something like this. How many left, Phil, do we think? Okay, we started with 150 of these, and we are now down to around about the 50-60 mark. So again, 2 minutes on the morning show and that's gone. And remember, we've got the jet black one as well, details at the bottom of the screen, so you'll be able to see that on the website as well. That's lovely. I love that. What are we doing next? Right. I'll give you a little preview of Sarah's 9 o'clock kits as well in this hour. But let's do some on and gone now. Some spooky on and gone. We're going to start off with this. You're right there, Sarah. You're getting
Attacked by a spider's web.
have you?
Yes.
You're getting mixed up in the set dressing. We have for you. Oh, look at this. We were talking about Russian gemstones earlier, weren't we? This is Chowrite. Top drilled medium nuggets, on and gone at any time today. $4.90. Oh, that hand looks hairier today, doesn't it? Look. Doesn't that look hairier than it normally is? No, there's no enhancement to that. That's me naturally. Oh, do you think? Why, thanks, Mike. Very ape-like, apparently. $4.95 for 240 carats. Will be on and gone. There aren't many of these around, so if you want it, you know what you need to do. Allocate it right now. Pop it into your web basket. Phenomenal. Did the kids get anything exciting? You've been out treating. Did you get anything exciting? Did mums and dads get anything exciting? Did you get offered a glass or something on the way round? I hope so. £4.95. Do you know what? I had loads of stuff lined up as well for the trick-or-treaters. It's all there. All the sweets are there, but no, there's no one at home. No one there. I'll bring them back next time I come. If they haven't gone out of date, I'll bring them down, or if I haven't eaten them all myself. There's no one there. Apart from the 5 Rottweilers, if any burglars are listening. The 5 Rottweilers, they're there. In their Halloween costumes, my 5 Rottweilers. I don't have Rottweilers. I do have, you've got 4, have you, Phil? Have you? 4 dogs? 4 Rottweilers? You, personally? Have you? Oh, Phil's got Rottweilers. I'll borrow them. Well, I've borrowed 2 already. I've sent them up to my place. Just keep an eye on it. 8 spaces, £20.95. This is like a parallel universe tonight, isn't it? No idea. What are these? Pearls? Lovely. £20.95. Big, aren't they? 7 to 8 millimetre round. Really lovely lustre and actually a really nice even size all the way through. They're not enhanced. Not enhanced at all. Which is wonderful. I didn't know you had Rottweilers, Phil. You don't strike me as a Rottweiler walker. More of a fluffy beige poodle walker, Phil. You know what I mean? Are you going to get now you've moved to your new house? Are you getting some Four-legged companions? Oh, I think you should, Phil. Mike would like it if you got a dog. Do you know what I mean? The long woodland walks. 7 opportunities. You have no excuse then, because you'd need to get out and have a long walk every day. 2 long walks every day. Oh, I remember. I am going to have dogs in the future, definitely. Although my little Jacob would not approve right now. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I've got a black cat, lucky black cat. He's guarding the house. I love cats, Mike. Love them. No, I love cats. I love cats. I'm very much a cat person. One day, but you can't really walk a cat, can you? That's the thing. Who? What? Ruth Lynette does not walk a cat.
She's got Bengals.
She doesn't walk a cat, does she? That explains a few things. She walks the cat. She probably hoovers her grass as well, does she? Sorry, vacuums. She walks the cat. Sorry, can I just confirm? Hello? Hello, general viewership of the UK. Hello? Does anybody walk their cat? Apart from Ruth Lynette? Anyone? Here's your text number if you walk a cat. Do you walk a cat? 60777, start your message, JM Studio. You ever heard of anybody other than Ruth Lynette walking a cat, Sarah?
A friend of mine had a cat that would go quite happily walk along with her and then get on the bus and sit on the seat next to her.
On the bus?
On the bus.
But she didn't have it on a lead?
No, she didn't need to.
So the cat was walking of its own?
Yes.
Didn't need a lead for direction?
But was quite happy at this time of year to be dressed up in costumes, so there's lots of photos of him in Halloween costumes and Christmas costumes.
Cats in costumes. See, I'm thinking Jacob would not, you know, would no. No, not be having any of that. Ooh, no. You've never tried, have you ever got any of your Rottweilers into a costume, Phil? Right. Whoa. I thought I was a little bit on the, you know, verging on the slightly odd. Occasionally, I know I have no expression at the moment, but I'm just looking quizzically at Phil. Phil says occasionally a dog has to wear human clothes. Occasionally. And also, I quote, if a dog has a blister, it needs to have a sock on it to stop it from licking it. Okay then, jolly good. Any of this chime with anyone at home? Oh yes, we walk our ragdolls, says Susu. That's a cat, is it? Right. Okay then. My cat tries to get into the ambulance with me when I have hospital appointments, says Kath. Oh, that's nice. That's because cats are so dedicated and lovely, aren't they? Ah, that's sweet, Kath, isn't it, actually? You wouldn't put a lead on it, though, would you? My mum used to take her cat for a walk sometimes. It was more like following where the cat wanted to go when it was on a lead, says Sonia. I couldn't imagine. I think, to be honest with you, I mean, Jacob's an old man now, so he doesn't want to go out full stop, but if I put a lead on him, I can imagine him more likely to crawl and scratch his way up the lead to be released than to go on a walk. Do you know what I mean? Ruth Lynette walks a cat. What? TQ GP 46. £6.95 for multicoloured freshwater pearls. 6. Who sent that text, Phil? Penelope, my darling, I can't put your text on the screen because of an unfortunate spelling error. But thank you. She walks her cat. And it's only 6 months old. Wow, you're a brave woman, aren't you? More pearls. More pearls now for us. We love our pearls, don't we? Look at these. Very freewheeling pearls. I love these. And they've got flat bottoms as well, which is good, which is very, very good if you're creating necklaces or if you're channel setting your pearls. Beautiful. Very nice. £4.95. Again, natural colours, beautiful peaches, wonderful whites. Oh, okay. Don't worry about the spelling, whoever it was. It's right. Jolly good. Look at that. Right, no, we only have 9 of these remaining. So if you want them, grab them now. While you can, you fabulous people. We've got some amazing kits coming up at 9 o'clock, by the way. If you love delicious reds and oranges, golds, it's all going on. We've got super duos coming up as well at 9 o'clock. Lucky, lucky people. And some fabulous gemstones as well. So if you love your black gemstones and your wonderful coloured seed beads, 9 o'clock. Brilliant. Number 8. Perfect for tonight. Lovely colour. Check it out. 40 carats of graduated faceted rondelles of gorgeous, gorgeous garnet. Lovely. Actually, this would go perfectly with the kits that are coming up at 9 o'clock. Rich, delicious colour tones. Fabulous red, nice twist of purple in there as well. 40 carats. $30 left at $11.95 for your fabulous garnet. Oh, okay, well, we're not doing $11.95. Okay. Sometimes on my screen there are little points of interest, little factoids about the gemstones and everything else, but I figure that most of them you've heard backwards, forwards 1,000 times, if not 10,000 times. On this one, there's just a list, like a numbered list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. That's all it says. All it says in my very useful information. £5.95. Not in his case, you read. My mum used to take her rabbit for a walk on a lead. I have met Evelyn. It's not at all surprising me, that one. Used to take a rabbit for a walk on a lead. She probably did, Katie. Yes, I can well believe it. Amanda says, I've got a Siberian snowcat. And he walks on a lead, only probably because he goes through everyone's garden and I can't follow. But they're the ones that are like little tigers, aren't they? Oh, she got one of those, has she? Oh, Ruth's got a Bengal. Are they the ones that sing and moan?
Mm-hmm. They're the ones, they're quite vocal.
Yes. Sorry, when I say moan, I mean, you know, it sounds like a moan, doesn't it, to those people who...
Yeah, they're normally sort of a little bit more...
whiny.
Friendly. They want to be around humans a little bit more.
Okay.
So a friend of mine's got Bengals and they follow her into the shower and things. They're not scared of water. They follow her into the bathroom and, yeah.
That's not at all scary, that, is it? My cat's following me into the shower. Nice. Never wash again, would you? £5.95. Yvonne in Cumbria, congratulations, well done. Karen in Gloucestershire even, and Collector in North Yorkshire, congratulations, £5.95 versus it could have been £11.95. Well done. In fact, Marie has just jumped in as well in Lanarkshire for that one. Louise, hello Louise. My cat follows me up the road crying because he doesn't want me to leave him. Aww, that's lovely. Do you know, if I've been away for a few days, I get a right telling off when I get home. Used to have a big ginger cat, black cat, and a flat-coated retriever. They all walked together, and they were known as the posse. They were famous in the area, says Tina. Ooh, little cat posse. Oh, it's nice when they make friends, isn't it? That's lovely. The hard gang. Oh, these are interesting. These are like a pre-made beady bead of labradorite in a little fabulous cluster. How the heck do they make something like this, Phil? That's amazing. And you can get your 1mm wire through there. Not that necessarily you would maybe. You might probably use these with beading thread. How do they make something like this, Sarah?
Not quite sure whether
That's
they're
incredible.
spiralled or whether they're actually beaded. So they might be spiralled around on a
without
wire.
my regular contact lens in, because I've got the comedy ones in, I can't really see the detail, to be honest with you. But you can see the drill hole is big enough for. I've got a 1mm wire here, and that's gone through there no problem.
Beautiful.
Aren't they lovely?
They are so different as well.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Have you seen anything like this before? No. Cluster bead. You've seen these before, Phil? Oh, you've seen them in spinel, not labradorite. Lovely. They are a little berry-like, aren't they, Mike? You're right, almost like frosted berries. You know when you frost berries for like summer puddings and, you know, Christmas desserts and stuff. And stuff. And stuff. Stuff? Good Lord. Stuff. Welcome to jewellerystuff.com. Don't go to that website. Immediate Media cannot be held responsible for the content of any external website. Thank you very much. Mel said, hi, I've got a beaded dragon. Bearded dragon, you mean, do you? Not beaded. You didn't bead a dragon, did you? Did you? Well, you could have done, maybe. Well, actually, no. Let me read the rest of it first. That I put a harness on, so I don't think you're going to put a harness on a beaded dragon, are you? And lead and take it out in the garden. A bearded dragon. Harness and lead into the garden. What is a bearded dragon? Oh, yes. Yes, like a long thing. Like the you know when Jazz FM used to, their logo used to be like a bearded dragon, didn't it? Like a chameleon type thing. It's like that, isn't it? But it's got like a gizzard, hasn't it? Like a turkey, a bit.
Yeah, it's just sort of a
lizardy thing.
Yeah.
Have you got one? Oh, Leah's mum's got 2 bearded dragons. She put harnesses on them? No.
They're quite lazy.
They're quite lazy, just sit there and eat crickets. Yeah. Do you have to keep them in a hot tank as well, don't you? Well, not hot, but, you know, suitably warm. And feed them live stuff. Ooh, no, thank you. No, 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 no. Yuck. Blech. Aren't they sweet? I've never seen anything like that before. I've also never seen a bearded dragon with a harness on. Well, there you go. Life is for living. Right, where should we go next? Got any unusual pets? Let me know. No, you really couldn't do that, Mike. Has Mike taken something, Phil? Is he all right? Has he had too much chocolate again? I'm not even going to repeat what he just said. No. Oh. What happened to it, Mike, though? Mike won a goldfish once, you know. It lasted about a month. Look at that. It's all a bit bizarre this end, folks. Is there a full moon outside tonight? Nobody noticed, did they, on the way in? I think there might be. Yeah, that might explain the slightly hairier than normal hands, Mike. You can leave at any time you like, Sarah, if things start getting a bit scary. Do you know what I mean? If anything causes concern, that we'll call the security man. 7 chances for your mookaite, but that's a massive amount of mookaite, Phil, isn't it? For $9.95, all the way from Australia. Phil says we should call this spookite tonight, so why not? Let's do it. Let's put this up on a bust for a second, and just show you. If you were simply restranding, the enormous amount of material you've got to work with here. There are only 7 chances, so I would be whipping them away as quickly as you possibly can. Look at that! What a Bobby Dazzler that is! Just put the biggest one there in the middle. Do you know there's this thing at the moment for making what you can buy, like the centre of a clock, and then you make the outside yourself, either with painted stencils or, you know, whatever. Imagine using pieces of mookaite to denote the numbers. Oh, not Roman numerals, Phil, no. Could you? Yes, you could. Could you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You could make Roman numerals, everyone. So there are only 7 of these, though. Well done, Patricia in Kent. That could be my mum. She is both Patricia and in Kent. It could be. Ever since she's got that iPad, that's it. She knows how to do things now. Technologically. Other tablets are available. $6.90. I'm getting one of those for my birthday, apparently. Got a clue what to do with it. Although since I've been coming in and playing with this one here, I quite like the idea of having one now. I could just go home and pretend that I'm on air and just, ooh, well done Jan, well done Laura. Talk to myself. 3 chances remaining on that one. Congratulations. Right, let's go for some lapis lazuli, as our cousins across the pond call it. They do, they say lazuli. We say lazuli. Look at this. Beautiful colour. Look at that. It's delicious. No one's gone to watch that because everyone knows who's won already. I'm not about to tell you, by the way, so there will be no spoiler alert, but I do know because it got blurted out. Poor old Prue, bless her, she was on the other side of the world and she tweeted and she forgot what time it was here in the UK. She tweeted who won.
Oh no.
12 hours before it actually happened. Although, of course, it happened months ago in reality. 12 chances. I'm not going to tell you who it was, apart from the fact that they have an E in their name. I don't think I've given anything away there. Seeing as the 3 contestants are called Kate, Sophie and Stephen. See what I did there? So I haven't spoiled anything for anyone. No, I can't say that, Mike, can I? That narrows it down a bit too much, doesn't it, really? Deary me. Mike's trying to sabotage my non-spoiler alert. $6.95. That's good. Well done, Neela. Hello, Margaret in Cornwall. That could be my lovely Margaret down in St Ives. I should be in Cornwall in... Ooh, when am I going? Actually, I'm going on my birthday, which is the 10th. I sounded unsure there. My birthday's always the 10th. It never changes. But I couldn't remember whether we were going on the 10th or the 11th. I might be going on the 11th, actually. Can't wait. A week in Cornwall at this time of the year. Ooh, lovely. I'm not going surfing, Phil, no. 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 I'll go and look at waves. There's a particular cove that lots of you will know down in Cornwall called, not Kynance, not far away though, it's called Porthcurno, which is wonderful. And you go there and the sea always looks dramatic, even if it's as calm as anything. It always looks dramatic because of the way the beach banks. It's a very narrow beach. And there's always a seal. There's always a seal. I think it's the same one as every year you go back and it sort of pops its head up, has a little look around and then pops up somewhere else. It's wonderful. I'm going to the seal sanctuary as well in a place called Gweek in Cornwall, which is the National Seal Sanctuary, which is fantastic. I shall be sampling some of Rick Stein's fish and chips as well. Despite their price tag, they are worth it. Very nice. In my personal opinion, not that of Media TV Limited. Last 2 chances. Well done, Candy. Well done, Ruby. Well done, Beverly. Well done. What should we do next, Phil? I just threw that in there like it didn't matter. I do apologise. Box 4. Oh, these are gorgeous. These are very, very neon. Sorry, I have to hold them so close because I don't have my contact lenses in. I have comedy ones in tonight. I say comedy, they're not funny at all, are they? They're just weird. Just weird. I look like Alice Cooper. That's who I look like, I think. Somebody that I'm younger than, Phil. Hooray, we found them. $12.95 for gorgeous, gorgeous coin shapes. Now, Sarah, again, these would be good for your little ensemble tonight, wouldn't they?
They would. They'd be beautiful.
I love them.
I love fluorite anyway. It's one of my favourites.
They are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, beautiful.
Very, very nice. Now, are you in for a few days now, or are you just having a little flying visit tonight?
No, I'm just flying in for the evening.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, flown us straight in from the south of France, you know, just for one night only. And when are you back the next time?
I think it's about 3 weeks. I've got a little break.
Oh,
Yes.
get you. She's just been on a week's holiday. Pops in for just one show. Just popping in to show my face. See you in 3 weeks. Fabulous. Might be the same for me as well, actually. Scott, our sales manager, bless him, he was very, very nice, and he said, I've got all of these dates for you in November, Derek. I couldn't do any of them. Not one of them, unfortunately. So he's going to try and find some more later on in the month. I know, I love it here, Phil. I wanted to do every one of them. Every one of them. You might have a bit more of Scott presenting at this rate, actually. He's good. He's really good. Very good. And he has major control over the prices as well. So if he wants to make his show look really good, he can make the prices cheaper. Do you know what I mean? He can do it. He has the power, Phil, doesn't he? Look at that. 230 carats of beautiful puffy coins. Yeah, you want to take advantage when Scott's on. And say, use your admin password. $6.95. Lovely. Well done. Good, good, good. Right, what should we do next? Bit of nice. Oh, Phil, can we locate via Adam that new Swarovski crystal and get it back again? You know, the infinity one? Because I don't know where it's gone. I don't know where it's gone. I want it back because I think it's delicious. Because we've got that metre length of chain later, and I really want to put it on that. We've got a star by with it coming up later, haven't we? 10 carats of howlite. It's a round donut. Are you thinking pendant, Sarah? What are you thinking for something like this?
Possible, you know, you could wire wrap that into a ring. You could do all sorts of different things with it. So you know, you don't have to just think of the sort of natural way of using it. I mean,
yes.
It's not too weighty that you couldn't have 2 of those and make a pair of earrings, and
That's
maybe
true.
use some seed beads to go through the central loop, or some of your finer chain to create a beautiful loop to create loads of movement in the ear. But you know, I always think when you've got these different shapes and you've got quite a large drill hole through them, you can actually think a lot of different ways of being able to use them. So whether you want to have this as the central focal point of a bracelet and maybe 2 sort of strands coming out from either side, you've got lots of different ways to be able to sort of work with it. So pendant is obvious because it's going to sit beautifully on a piece of chain or a piece of leather or something like that. But you know, you can work it in so many different ways.
Stunning, isn't it? Yes, you're right, actually. It would make a real nice alternative, actually, as a wire wrap ring, wouldn't it?
That's it. So you could anchor that by bringing up a spiral of wire, possibly from the bottom. So you can make a
like a filigree.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you could make your base for your ring, and then bring the wire through to anchor it up, and actually have a spiral on top of the loop.
You're right. What are you doing down there, Leah? Oh, she's staying out of the way of the cameras. I wonder what she was doing. She's just, I don't know, she's just creeping around, lurking around. We're looking for a Swarovski that we've launched tonight and we've possibly lost. It may be me. Oh, do you know what? It's there the whole time. Oh, Phil, it's been in there in a little pot the whole time. Do you know, honestly, I want looking at. Seriously. Not tonight, obviously. I need to show you this. Sorry, Phil. I had everyone running around on a wild goose chase, and it was in this little pot the whole time. I told you it's because I haven't got my regular contacts in. I've got my whiteouts in tonight. It's turned me into Mr. Magoo. Look at this. It's a little infinity Swarovski crystal. It's new, we're launching it tonight, and it's only £2.95. Now, we have, or had, should I say, originally, 300 we started with. We're now, I'm sorry, Adam, I've been sending you on a wild goose chase as well, I'm sorry. Leah's been crawling around on her hands and knees for no reason. Phil had to get out of his chair, for heaven's sake, honestly. now that is big time, big time. Now, let me just show you, we've got, now the reason I wanted to show this again, Phil, is because later we have got this metre-long length of chain, haven't we? And I'm just going to pop that through, that infinity. Look. And do you know what? If you had a few of these, and actually what you could do, I wonder if we can get through both loops of that infinity. I'm sure we can. Maybe we can go up and then come back down. Could I put a lark's head knot in it, Phil? Could I? I even know how to do that, you know. I'm not going to. You're not going to show off. You know. You can make cufflinks out of these as well if you want. Now I've got the chain through both of those. Look at that. Stunning, isn't it? I love this, and we only have 300, and I'm just going to keep giving you a quick look at this because it is amazing. And obviously, we want to know who is watching tonight, and bless you for watching. That's very, very kind, because there are loads and loads and loads of different things you could be doing right now. You know, like I don't know how many other millions of people will be doing right now, even though they know who won already. OMG, I've just tuned in, Derek, and you look really scary. Definitely a scarier version of Marilyn Manson, but Sarah looks like a Disney queen. Yes, we are Beauty and the Beast tonight. Yes. Welcome, I am the Beast. Pretty beast, though. Could you put the infinity on a slider bracelet?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you could, definitely.
Yep. So you just need to either use some sterling silver wire or a little piece of chain through each of the links, and then loop it onto the link on the infinity on the slider chain. Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be able to do that, no problem at all.
I've upset Sylvia. Oh dear, I'm in trouble again. I'm upset now, Derek. Boo-hoo. I love to watch when you're on the show. Love your sense of humour. Naughty sometimes makes me giggle. Naughty? Naughty? I think you'll find it's the guest designers that are naughty. I mean, I'm perfectly well behaved, Sylvia. I will be back as soon as I possibly can. We're working on it. We're working on it. Unfortunately, it's just one of them things in November. It always happens. Every November, I like to throw a spanner in the works by going on holiday for a week. And I try and squidge in everything else around it, and then there's not enough month left. So I feel like I'm doing next to nothing in November, but I'm actually going away for over a week. Look at that. I just adore this, Phil, seriously. How many have gone now altogether? Right, so 2 of the 300 are gone. So as a launch, we're not leaving any of these to chance. There will be no chance for any other show, I don't think, to have these. I'm pretty determined that these will all be gone. What time does that thing that no one's watching finish, Phil? I think the normal one's about 9:15, isn't it? Something like that. 9:15. Right, so we'll recap that again before we go at the end for the other 100, for those people who've drifted off there to go and watch that. I mean, they're watching it now. They're having to watch the adverts as well, aren't they? I mean, it's just silly, really, isn't it? It just doesn't make sense. What are we doing now? Oh, are we? One of these? Do you remember the two... do you remember you guys won't remember, but do you remember way back in the day when the Muppet Show used to be on? There used to be two elderly gentlemen who used to sit in the row of the and they used to sort of just chunter away to each other and make each other laugh. Can we just switch to the gallery cam for a second? Welcome to the Jewellery Maker equivalent. There they are. What were they called? Waldorf and something, weren't they?
Yeah.
There they are. Things they say to each other. Things they say to each other. Anyway, we have That wonderful chain that I was just showing you on that infinity pendant is a whole metre length of sterling silver Rolo chain. Now, Rolo chain is very, very similar to a Belcher link in so much that it rolls beautifully. It's almost like little plates of sterling silver that are set at 90 degrees to each other. So you've always got a bit of sparkle going on. A metre in length, so that's what, 39.5 inches. 39.5 inches. So even if you're making 18-inch necklaces, and I'm moving my hair like it's really there. It's quite bizarre, quite worrying. I never want this much hair ever again, I feel. This this band is keeping it. I did try and spray it earlier, didn't I, Sarah? I did look a proper nana in the dressing room trying to spray it. It did nothing. No, I think it might possibly look even more scarier, Mike, if I take this off. Do you know what I mean? Look, my roots are showing already. Just a moment, please. There we go. That's better because I'm worth it. Right. So. £9.95 for a whole metre of fabulous sterling silver chain. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's a lot of silver as well. 4 grams of 925 sterling silver. This wig has been amazing value for money. I think actually it was the deluxe version, Phil. This one. This was, yeah, because I had it curled and blown before I came in. It was the vast sum of £14.99, and it will come in handy very soon. Even Sarah's trying to get it on the action. She's trying to get her hands on this wig. No, it's real green acrylic, Phil. That's what it is. Beautiful, isn't it? Very fetching, Sarah, isn't it?
It's lovely.
I've seen myself in a whole new light. £9.95. And I never want a semi-perm ever. Thanks. Stacey says, loving the show, making netted bracelets for my friend's wedding, and I'm running out of white size 11. More JM parcels due, so fingers crossed. Ooh, white size 11, netted bracelets. Size 11, seed beads? No. Netted? Yes, yes. Well done. Fabulous seed beads. They'll be there soon. Of course they will. £9.95 for your metre of sterling silver chain. Well done, collector in the West Midlands, Worcestershire, and Marie, Lisa in Cumbria. One of my favourite counties. Love Cumbria. Wynne. Hello, Wynne in Wiltshire. Heather in Lancashire. Candy's joining us in Greater London. Love that name. Love that. It's a nice name, that, isn't it? If I ever have a female cat next time, we'll call her Candy. That's quite a nice name for a cat, isn't it? I'm going to have 2 next time, though, because little Jacob's all on his own. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'd love to, not kittens, but 2 rescue. And I'll call 1 Candy, maybe. Although the decision won't entirely be mine. So don't be surprised if that doesn't happen. Right, let's move on. Congratulations, well done. So, we have some poppy jasper in leaves now. They're down here somewhere. Ah, calla lilies. Love these. The thing to do, I still think a lovely thing to do with these is to tiara twist some wire out the top of them and then add some lovely gemstones, tiara twisted, coming out of that centre. Because I think that's lovely.
It is. It does look. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I think it is Laura Binding that can't look at these anymore. After it was suggested by someone that they may have a slight similarity to a cow's ear. They're amazing shapes though, and you've got actually the choice of lots of different gemstones in these as well. Because we've got poppy jasper here. That is nice, isn't it? It looks like a work of art, the one at the front there. But we do tiger's eye, we do green aventurine. There are lots and lots of different gemstones. Yeah. They are beautiful. Have you ever tried to actually keep a calla lily alive as well? Not easy. not easy at all. So these are lovely. Scariest thing today is discovering my dad's lack of basic science knowledge. He's genuinely asked earlier, is the moon not a star then? Oh yeah, well, lots of boys have done that over the years. Because we never paid attention in those lessons. They were the not so interesting lessons, weren't they? You know what I mean? Well, I asked earlier, is a bat a bird? Do you know what I mean? So it's fine. But that's why you love us boys, isn't it? It's our, you know, it's our slightly daft side that you love. £8.95. And how many are we getting here? It says on the details, doesn't it? 13 of these. I love the fact that you've got these different sort of striations and marbling happening on every single one of them. I really do want to create a wirework sculpture where you've just got lots of these coming up on tiara twist and standing quite proud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make it like a wild sculpture and then bring these out on tiara twist in all of their different colours and just have them so that, you know, there is a little bit of movement. Almost like, you know, when they did the poppies that were tumbling out of the Tower of London, they were all on long poles, weren't they, with a ceramic poppy at the top. So it's almost like a drift going through. I'd love to do a similar kind of thing with these.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've done a piece before where I think they were white gemstones, and I did 4 at the top, and then another row underneath the 3, and then a row of 2, a row of 1 on a neckline piece. But because they were stacked, they sat out proud. So they actually faced outwards, and each one had a stamen added to it with a little tiara twist. And they sat beautifully.
Oh, so you mean sort of splaying out 4 at the top and then 3 and then becoming narrower?
Sort of, yeah, so coming down into a V shape.
Oh, I like that idea. Ooh, I want to see. Is that on the Facebook and the YouTube and things?
It will be.
When was it?
A long way back.
Or was it a long time ago?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe even longer. I'll see if I can find a photo of it. I'll pop it up on Facebook.
Oh, yes, please. That might be on Betamax. That one might be that old. £8.95 does sound lovely though.
It just the 3D nature of it, because you started off with the 3D sort of bead as well.
Yeah.
It sat so beautifully, and you got to see each of the beautiful floral shapes.
Who else wants to see that to reignite their love for this shape and to give you some inspiration? Because I don't know, I haven't seen any guest designer working with this shape actually so far. I have to say, maybe we've not had any recently, or maybe just it's passed me by. I haven't seen it. Sorry, guest designers, if you did one yesterday, by the way. But I love, as a shape, I love this because I think you can use your imagination. You can do so many different things with it, can't you?
You can, and they're just, you know, because the beautiful shape, the softness of them, they sit beautifully against the skin. And for me, you know, even if you just want to make a very simple earring from these, they're just so different, but just based on that whole shape and being able to embellish them as you see fit as well. You know, I can see little tiny seed pearls sitting in the middle of these.
Yeah, oh, definitely. A crystal AB or something like that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? If you were doing earrings, would you have them facing down?
You know, either way, actually.
Oh, you could do it either way, couldn't you? Because you're through drilled top to bottom, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you know, you could.
So you could have a chain coming through.
You could have
couldn't
either,
you?
you know, a really fine chain or a beautiful piece of wire coming through.
Let me. Oh, can I, Sarah? Thank you. Bless you. Sorry, I was trying to give that a yank, and it. I'm just going to cut that strand for a second. And, or do you know what, because I've yanked that, you know what I've done? I've pulled the knot up into the drill hole. I just want to have a little, oh, that drill hole's too small. Well, actually, now I've got one. Just pretend that little strands of thread there that come with the strand. Just think about, okay, maybe not chain, but it could be wire coming up through there.
Yeah. So you could put another gemstone underneath.
Yes.
Or articulate it with an eye pin or a head pin.
Yes.
And have that movement, and then taking the wire through, creating the little twists in it. So you could use your 0.4, create the twists at the front for the stamen, and then use the 0.4 going up to create that onto the earring finding.
Yeah, definitely. Love it. Anyway, listen, I'll leave the inspiration to you, but I would love to see a demo with something like those. Oh, this is looking even scarier. Right, let me deal with this while you watch this. What the heck have I done now? Wow, that was a quick. I look like I've got the horn of plenty now up there as well. Good Lord, what's going on up there? Anyway, right. So, welcome to JM everyone. I'm Derek underneath here, by the way. They knew that. They knew that. Double drilled, fabulous cabochons of rose quartz now. So we've got 5 pieces, so they're all ovals, Phil, yes, and they are all double drilled. So you're going to get different sizes. Oh, they're good generous drill holes as well. I'm just threading through, look at that, I'm just threading through some 1mm wire. So that's pretty good. Ooh, now I'm thinking wire wrapped ring and actually have the gemstones standing proud, couldn't you?
You could, yeah, definitely.
That's beautiful. That's yes, I forgive the different colours of my fingers. Combination of all sorts of things. That is nice, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful. And some are a little more translucent, like this one here. Some are a little fuller. Nice. I look like I've been out doing street art or graffiti or something like that. 70 carats all told, so we're guaranteeing the carat weight for you. For £8.95, that's not a bad little deal, is it? Not a bad little deal at all. On earth you can take me seriously, I have no idea whatsoever. I can't say anything serious tonight, can I at all? £8.95. And you're getting 5 pieces, all double through drilled. They would be great for stacking as well, wouldn't they? I asked if bats had tails. My 7-year-old confirmed that most species do have tails. Now you know, says Stacey. Well, I didn't know that. Did you know bats had tails?
No, but I would imagine that they probably would. Because most creatures,
I suppose
most creatures do.
Because the wings, they're attached and they're sort of, you know, they're kind of not wings, are they really?
I suppose if you ever see a bat, it's on the wing, isn't it? You don't see
yes.
them resting or...
No. And they hang upside down, don't they?
They do.
And they've got a tail. Is it like a wiggly tail, like a little tail, or is it like a curly-whirly, you know, like a piggy's tail that's curly-whirly? I think we should know now. Stacey, you've started something here. Are we talking about a curly-whirly... It's like a what? It's like a little hamster's tail, Mike's saying. Well, I'm just not sure whether I take most things that Mike say with a pinch of salt. Do you know what I mean? He thinks it's like a little hamster's tail where it's almost like, you know, it's a little end. You know what I mean? Just like a... just like... Okay, I think we need a picture. £8.95. How do we get from rose quartz to hamster's tails so quickly? How is that? Let's do some ruby now. Gosh, have I picked up the right strand here? I have. That's good. Because I know my eyesight, due to costume contact lenses tonight, is not quite what it ought to be. But I never imagined to be stood here with you with, well, first looking like this, and secondly, with rubies quite this size. Now that has stopped the traffic a little bit, hasn't it? These are genuine rubies. They're not enhanced, so they're simply cut and shaped and polished. I should go where? This is phenomenal ruby, actually. I would have this for its pure collectability status, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for rubies that size, it's so unusual to find them. I mean, if you can find rubies that are natural and enhanced and haven't, you know, been sort of, you know, played around with too much, if you like, you know, to get the colour, to get the beauty coming from them. And you don't need to with these because it's all there. It's all there ready for you. So all you need to do is to think about how you want to make your beautiful jewellery from these. And I love rubies when they're in this really beautiful natural shapes as well, where they haven't been sort of taken down to a beautiful sort of individual shape.
Yes.
They've just been left with their natural beauty as they came out of the ground. They've just been just given that polish, and they're just beautiful.
It's very sophisticated, actually, isn't it?
It is, and
it's very authentic.
And for me, to have rubies this size means that you've got much more scope to be able to create things with them. So you know, if you've got a gentleman who would love ruby cufflinks, or you've got want to make a beautiful sort of cocktail ring from these, you've still got that natural beauty of the ruby, but you've got the size to be able to create those wow factor impact pieces of jewellery.
And to think that your price tag is not staying at £21.95. How many strands, Phil? Right, there are 30 opportunities now. You know where a lot of people are right now. You might have half an eye on us and half an eye on something else, but can I just draw your attention to, quite seriously, looking as ridiculous as this, to something as beautiful as this, for a price tag that you would never expect to pay. This may just be for your own private collection, do you know what I mean? This might just be for you to put just to one side. I mean, listen, I think a lot of us have a huge respect for gemstones and a huge love of gemstones, and I think sometimes that's about saying, okay, well, I buy these strands because I'm making with them for my friends and family, and there are certain strands that you buy and these are just for me. These are just for me. You may never snip that strand, ever. It may forever be a looker that is in your collection, just so that you can show people. You know, when people are coming around or whatever, you can say, do you want to see real ruby? You know, not these fashioned, cut to perfection kind of things that are thousands of pounds. Do you want to see real ruby? That's what you've got there. It's our final hour. Straight after the break, I'm going for a wash and brush up. I'll be back in 3.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
You can watch our Jewellery Maker show every day on our website by clicking the Watch and Buy Online link in the top right-hand corner of our homepage. Our Jewellery Maker community is a fantastic platform to share, learn, chat and make new friends. So why not like our Facebook page and join over 64,000 like-minded people.
Welcome back. We were all in the right place, weren't we? No. About 2 seconds ago we arrived in the right places. Sarah was in the right place, it's just everybody else was just here, there and everywhere. Anyway, welcome back to the final hour of the Late Show, everyone. And it is kit time. Now, we've got 3 kits in this hour. So we are going to jump straight to it. In fact, actually, these chilly nights. Which one should we start with, Phil? This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tubes of seed beads. And this is called Gothic Glisten Seed Beads. So we've got, oh, there's everything going on here. Oh, we had cranberries yesterday as well. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, here's your selection. So I'll go through them very, very quickly. So we've got Delica Silver Line Dark Cranberry 11-Os. We've got Miyuki Picasso Smoky Black Matte 11-Os. Silver Lined Red 11-Os. We've got Garnet AB 8-Os. Opaque Red 8-Os. Garnet Lined Ruby AB 6-Os. And Opaque Black 6-Os as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tubes of seed beads. Now, we did an amazing price on our seed bead kit earlier on this evening, and this one, I think, beats it, does it? This one beats it. So this one's going straight out of the door, by the way. And how many kits do we have, Phil, available? Right, we've got 140 opportunities. Now, what I quite imagine to happen is that because people are kind of elsewhere at the moment, you have best dibs if you are watching this right now, because we're going to have to do this all again in around about half an hour's time when everyone is back with us. Do you know what I mean? Because people are elsewhere at the moment. £21.95. Get your hands on these right now. 7 tubes of fantastic Miyuki seed beads as well, including your tube of Delicas, which are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 7 in total. What a fantastic colour range as well, because you've got lovely sort of, well, the cranberries and the reds are just delicious. You've got the garnet seed beads as well. The garnet AB seed beads are just beautiful. That's incredible. Look at the colour. I love it, love it, love it. Now we only have, oh right, actually, I don't know who's got control of the controller tonight, but it seems to be you, because we've got a lot of these kits flying out already. So if you want yours, £21.95 just for the seed beads. That is incredible. So you are looking at, how many per tube? Sorry, how much per tube? Sorry, Phil. £3.14 per seed bead tube. And this necklace here is one of the most incredible. Now, of course, that's incorporating some of the other two more kits in this hour, which are brilliant. So we will come to this lovely chain in just a wee while, which is just beautiful. Really, really lovely. So we've got that cup chain, which is in that necklace. That will be coming up in one of the other kits very, very shortly. Oh my word, it's going crazy, let me tell you. It looks like, from my list of names so far, we are getting probably towards the fact at least a third of the kits available, I think, are already spoken for. So we're going to be sold out very, very quickly. I would quite understand if you were multi-buying on this kit as well, because it just does make sense. And you've got classic colour combinations here as well. Blacks, reds and garnets and oranges are just beautiful. Let me show you which, for me, are the most striking colours going on in this selection. These garnet ABs are just incredible. The reds, are these the cranberry?
The middle one's the cranberry.
Yes. Oh, are they? No, they're the garnet ones, aren't they? Yes. I think these these ones here could be. Anyway, listen, all the details are on the website, but they've got the most beautiful, beautiful colours going on there. Delicious. And a nice size range of seed beads as well. A lot of them are the bigger seed beads as well, aren't they? Beautiful.
Beautiful to have such a range in there of the 11s, 8s and 6s, and to also have delicas in the 11s as well, which is just beautiful to have all of that range in one kit.
So whatever you want to do, kind of world is your oyster here, isn't it? Completely and utterly. £21.95. I have to say, all but I've got only about 4 in baskets, and that tells me that this is a kit that everyone is absolutely clambering to get checked out and guaranteed for themselves. This is such a great resource, isn't it? You know, when it comes to seed beading, it is about finding the right colour combination. Sometimes for you, and I have to say for me, sometimes I look at seed bead combinations in kits and I kind of think, yeah, it's nice, all of those colours go together, but they're not my kind of colours. I think this one, it's bright, it's vibrant, it's universal in terms of the sizes that are in there, in terms of the versatility of the colours. I think having 2 sizes of those garnet seed beads are beautiful. So you've got the 6Os and the 8Os, haven't you, in the garnet seed beads. If I show you those 2 sizes together there, they are just delicious. Perfect name for them as well, isn't it? Because you can see it's almost like they are, you know, genuine gemstone garnet with a lovely sort of mystic coating to them.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
And you know, I'm just looking. I looked at this kit and I thought, you know, if you wanted to make a remembrance brooch for yourself, maybe you wanted to make a poppy, maybe you want to make poppy-inspired jewellery as well. I know we're sort of really close to sort of that sort of time.
We are.
But you've still got time when you get this kit to still be able to make something. And, you know, for me, that's beautiful. But also, the colours are so rich.
They are.
They work so beautifully.
The breadth of them as well, I think, is really, really good. It's like a really well done kit team. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Right, let's show you another part of the kit. Let's show you the Super Duo collection. This is great. The spider's back. So these spiders are everywhere tonight. They're everywhere. I'm sorry if you don't like spiders. It's one of those things. I'll let Sarah to have the spider. I mean, again, if you think about the last kit and those garnets, just look at the colour of these Super Duos here. They are superb. So we have got Super Duo Gold Luster beads. We have got the Super Duo Jet Hematite beads, which are the 2-hole. Sorry, Jet is this one, isn't it? Which is the black one. I do beg your pardon. So we've got, yes, Hematite, and we've got Jet, which is the black, and the red wine. Oh, sorry, Leah. I'm trying to look at my list and pick them up in the right colour order at the same time. Fabulous colours, aren't they? Really, really nice. 25 have already gone, let me tell you. Again, and usually with Super Duos, with larger seed beads, you expect a lesser amount, but these are the full, is it 22 gram tubes? 24 gram tubes, actually, to be honest with you. They are beautiful. I love Super Duos. They're great because they are universal as well, aren't they?
They are, and
You
they build up a bit quicker as well. So if you're new to seed beading and maybe you're looking for a quicker make, they do build up a lot quicker. But you do, you know, with the previous kit, they work so beautifully. So you can either use them with the 8s in between, like I have on the bracelet. And that's such an easy sort of bracelet to make, but you can choose your colour combinations with the Super Duos.
Let me just, oh, you can see it.
Yeah.
Just pop the first kit and the second kit together. In the Super Duos kit, which is the details we're looking at right now, half of the entire stock already gone. I know, sorry. Oh, I sounded like that other channel there for a second. But it's good to know that you need to be, you know, very, very swift on that one. But you look at the coordination even between the kit number 1 and the kit number 2, then they are an absolute match made in heaven. Like Phil and Mike in the gallery. Match made in heaven. There you go. So, and they're the big tubes as well. So you've got the gold luster Super Duos, which they're all the same size. They're 2.5 by 5mm. You've got the hematite Super Duos. You've got the jet black, which are a lovely matte black as well, aren't they? They're almost like sort of a tar or a coal kind of look to them, which is lovely. And then the red wine. I mean, red wine as a colour there. Let's just go back to your garnets in your first kit.
Yeah,
hello, perfect combo.
They do work so beautifully.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And it's a really soft way of being able to sort of bring the red tones into your jewellery as well, with that wine sort of tone with the Super Duos.
And you can fade from one set of colours to another, can't you? Quite subtly.
You can. So on the neckline piece, I've done the Super Duo pieces where they've got 3 different colours in them, so you're fading through the different colour tones.
Let's have a little look here. So if you look at here, maybe down this side here, you can see, yeah.
So it goes from the red wine on the bottom, we've got the matte black in the middle, and then you've got the hematite on the top row of the Super Duos. And you can see I've used the smaller 11Os on the top row to create that curve, and then that allows me to put those drops, which are coming up in the bottom row.
So dramatic, so dramatic. Yes, let's go and have a little look down here as well, because we're using the Super Duos down here as well, aren't we?
The Super, yes, the Super Duos in there, the red wine ones are in that, yeah.
Red wine. And we got the little black ones from the first set, haven't we, in the middle of that?
So,
the 11Os. Oh, snap, jinx. Right, let me show you the third element. So if you want to make something like this neck, this dramatic neck piece, you have the ability to do it. Honestly, this is... See, we're expecting most people to not be here back with us yet, and all the kits. By the time if anyone is off watching that... It's another spider. I love this cup chain. Is brilliant. Let me tell you, worth having this. This is Swarovski round cup chain in, well, they're not actually specifying the colour, but black diamond, isn't it, really? It's black diamond colour. Oh, is it called Jet? It's called Jet. Oh, yes. Oh, on the web, by the way, the red Swarovski, which you're yet to see on TV, I'm just bringing it in now, is not on the web picture. You will get it, though. You will get it. And here it is. It's beautiful. It's a chunky pear, crystal Siam, 18 by 13 on the pear cut. You're getting half a metre of the Jet Swarovski round extended cup chain, which is great. There's not much like this around, actually. I think this is going to appeal to a lot of people. The cup chain is a great basis, and the drops are fantastic because they are black onyx. Again, if you wanted to incorporate, and I'm sure every jewellery maker watching right now must have a couple of strands of microfaceted black spinel that they want to incorporate into this as well. Beautiful. Okay, let's get your price in, shall we? Well, the 2 kits to start with have been absolutely incredible. Remember, this is half a metre of your Swarovski cup chain in this one. £29.95. Now that could be that crystal alone, in my personal opinion. Again, whenever we see a feature crystal in a kit and it's a Swarovski crystal, I always think, my word, anything else that comes along at the 25 to 30 pounds worth, anything that comes along beyond the feature crystal is fantastic. And to have half a metre of this wonderful cup chain, which you can bring down in any way you want to, I guess, Sarah, as well.
You can. I mean, you can take the chain apart if you want to and reconnect it. So you can actually take the crystals out of the prong setting as well if you need to, which is how I attached a head pin into the bottom of the bridge. So you can sort of manipulate this chain in lots of different ways. But I didn't want to cut the chain, so in the necklace I've used the whole piece. But I've been extravagant in that neckline piece because, you know, it's the feature of this.
Oh, well, why not?
So for me...
Why not?
I didn't have to sort of think, oh, I'm going to make it last.
Let's show you. I'm just going to give that a little tiny polish just for a second. I just had a fingerprint on it. It's difficult to keep these perfect because there's lots of pairs of hands on them. But if I just bring that forward a little bit just so that you can see just the impact of that central Siam Swarovski. Look at that. The depth of that is amazing, isn't it? It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I love it. Seriously beautiful. And that's a combination of the seed beads in the kit, the super duos, the cup chain, and the Siam Swarovski crystal as well. And there are many other pieces that Sarah's created with these kits as well. I particularly love this bracelet, which is using, so it's using the gold super duos, the hematite super duos, and the garnet seed beads from the first part of the kit. Is that not one of the most delicious things you've ever seen?
And because of the combination of colours, when you look at it, it's not one particular colour. Your eye isn't drawn to one particular bead in there. It's almost a blend, and it's a really subtle blend of different tones.
You'd almost never know that was seed beads either, funnily enough.
No, because it gives you that articulation. It's almost like sort of a stretch band, if you like. You know, the metallic bands you used to get for watches that were stretched.
Yes, I know the ones you mean.
It almost looks a little bit like that.
Right, what are we going to see in this demo?
Right, okay, so we're going to look at doing the caging for the Swarovski crystal, because for me that's often quite difficult if you're new to seed beading on how to create a bezel or a cage for a Swarovski crystal. So we're going to look at setting the Swarovski, the pear-shaped piece. And that was the first thing I actually did, because I knew that's what straight away I knew I needed to suspend that Swarovski crystal in some way, shape or form. And as I had seed beads, that's what I was going to use. So, and this took me a little bit of playing around with the measurements. So I've done it for you. So if you want to set it like this, you don't have to do the trial and error I did to get it to work.
Yay! Because you'll all get the same size stone.
That's it. So I've started by creating my smaller version, which I'm going to talk you through how to create. And this is using the 11/0s. But for the demonstration purposes, I'm going to use the 8/0s, just so you can see a little bit clearer how to create this. But you'll see that is actually a perfect size for that Swarovski crystal to sit into. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need on our beading thread, and I'd used Fireline or Wildfire. It was £6, and I used a size 12 beading needle. So the only reason I used a size 12 beading needle is we're going to go through the beads a lot of times, and because we're using 11/0s, I needed that extra space that a 12 needle will give you. And the numbers of the needles basically mean the size of the needles, the diameter of the needle. So a 12 is smaller than a 10, but it still gives you that strength to be able to go through the beads, but the flexibility to move between the beads. So size 12 needle, if you're using smaller beads but wanting lots of passes through them, like the 11s, a 12 needle is ideal for that. And you can change the needle halfway through your design. So if you start off with a size 10, then suddenly find that your passes are getting a little bit difficult, swap down to a size 12 needle.
Would you just do that flex thing again, just for that close camera again? Because I've just bought my first beading needles. I don't know if either you have yet, but look at the flex that they have compared to a sewing needle, which is absolutely rigid. I mean, not rigid, but It takes an awful lot, and if you do bend it, that bend is permanent straight away.
Yeah.
With a beading needle, it sort of gently curves with use, doesn't it?
It does, and you know, you may find that your beading needles, after a while, these are brand new ones out
They
of
go,
the pack,
"Whoa."
they end up with the curve in them. Don't worry, that's actually to your advantage, because quite often when you go to pick up a bead, then you've got that curve, it's almost like a hook shape, so you can actually pick up the beads off your beading mat a lot easier. And also when you're passing through the beads, it goes through the bead, but up next to the next one, so you can actually take the beading needle out, which is kind of what you need.
Yes,
So
it's brilliant,
actually
isn't it?
perfect.
It stops you having to dig the needle into the beading mat and then go ping
Yeah.
and watch them fly through the air.
Or get your hand at such an angle that it's flat to the beading mat, which is quite difficult to do. So if you've got a curve on that needle, it just means you can sort of pick them up a little bit easier. And it's a little easier on your eyesight and your hands. So
Right,
it's
so
perfect.
how many thousands have you got there? Looks like a lot.
It is quite a lot. That's 30. Okay, so
Wow.
it's 30 beads I've added, and these would be your 11 Odelicas. So what I've just swapped is the cranberry, not the cranberry, the garnet here for the 11 Odelicas, and I've swapped the size 8 in this sort of really hot sort of poppy colour for my size 11 silver lined ones here.
Yeah.
So it's just a direct swap, so you can see I've got the same beads above, but they're smaller ones that I would use if I was doing the design to fit the cabochon.
Cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pass my thread back through this loop. The reason I didn't do that is I knew I was going to be going back through there several times, and I didn't need that thread in there at the moment. So if you don't need that reinforcement, because I'm going to go right back through 3 times at least through that inner circle. So I'm just going to tie a surgeon's knot in this loop of beads, and that is just by taking that tail of thread through the loop twice, and that gives me a twist of my beading thread, you can see there. And then when you pull that tight, you get a little loop of beads. Now it's a little bit more difficult because I haven't gone through the beads again. So you need to just give yourself a bit of patience to pull that loop together. And then when you do the second knot, just be really patient. So I'm going to do a second knot in there to get that in the right place. You can see I'm guiding that knot because it wants to go over the beads. So I want it right in between. There we go. So
When you hear that little pop, don't you, as the knot just goes
locks.
right into the middle,
position, Okay. So I'm just going to take my needle through a couple of the beads away from the knot, and that means I can pull that knot through those beads and hide it as well. So you can actually see now that knot, I've got a perfect loop of beads.
There is not a knot.
There is not a knot, it's inside the beads. And now I'm ready to start picking up my first set of beads to create the, bring this in, to create these first little diamond peaks here.
Okay.
And the recipe for those is to pick up 1 of our brighter red tone, 2 of the cranberry, or whatever tone, it's the delicas in that case.
Yeah.
1 of the bright, 2, and then 1 of the bright. So you've got 7 beads on there in that little recipe. You can see there. So I've got bright, 2 of the slightly darker red, a bright one, 2 of the darker reds, and a bright one. Okay, that's my little recipe. So my thread's coming out of 1 of my beads in my circle of inner circle, if you like. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 beads and go through the 4th one and the 5th one. And that's why 30 beads work perfectly, because each time I'm creating one of these peaks, I'm using 5 beads. So you can see there I've skipped 3, I've gone through the next 2. So skip 3, go through 4 and 5. And that gives me that first diamond shape. I'm just going to do that again so you can see it's bright, darker, 2, bright, darker, 2, bright. So that's a little recipe. And you know because you've got 7 beads on there and it's equally spaced. So you'll always know you've picked up the right number of beads. And you can do this in any colour combination you want, but I wanted the larger bead, not the delica, to be on the point, which is that central bead. So whatever, if you wanted them all to be delicas apart from that centre one, you could do if you wanted to. So again, I'm exiting 1 bead, I'm going to go skip 3 and then go through 4 and 5 like that. and then pull that through. So you can see that that's going to create those little diamond shapes for me. Now I'm not going to do all of them all the way around for you, because you're just going to repeat that until you get all the way around back to the beginning, and that will give you all of those points on that little circle.
Okay.
Then we're going to come back and we're going to start to create these little picots, or these little diamond shapes on the corners. They're going to allow us to pull this shape around the cabochon. So to do that, I'm going to go back through. So I would be back at the beginning. So I'm just imagine I've got back to the beginning, and I'm going to go back all the way through the beads until I come to the point bead, like so. So I'm exiting through that top bead in the triangle. So I've got 3 beads at either side and 1 bead in the middle, and that's the reason there's 7 beads there rather than 6. Or it needs to be on.
Yes, because you need that prominent one for the point.
So to create that little diamond shape, I'm going to use this bead as the bottom part of that diamond. I'm going to pick up 3 more, and I'm going to go back through, but in the opposite direction to where the thread's exiting. So the thread's exiting to the left, so I'm bringing the thread back through from the right to the left. So I'm creating a complete circuit around that bead. I'm going to pull those through, and you can see you end up with this little diamond shape sitting on top of that point of beads. So if I hold that up, you see?
And that's giving you your point back, hasn't it?
It has. It's giving you another point. And then I would go back through, down the 3 beads in that point, the 2 beads on the inner circle, and pull that through like that, and then go back up the 3 beads here on this side. Oops, there we go. And when you're using smaller beads, you'll find it's a lot easier to get your needle to go through, because especially because we've got delicas on there, they almost sit in a straight line for you.
Yes.
And through that top bead, I'm just going to add these on for you once again. 1, 2, 3. Going in the opposite direction to which we're exiting. That's going to give us a little diamond shape on the top.
I'm
like that.
Just going to, and I tried not to interrupt the demos at all, but just tonight, because tonight's slightly different. For anyone who has just come back and joined us, and you've come back and joined us in the middle of the demo and thought, okay, what are we looking at? What were the kits like and everything else? You know, you can look at them on the web right now, or the app as you're looking at it, but we're going to recap all of them when Sarah's finished her demo as well. But just to let you know, in the Super Duos element of this kit, which is the details at the bottom of your screen, which is the JGGC55, there are only 20 of those left. So if you want to look, 4 tubes of Super Duos for £17.95, and they are absolutely amazing. Great colours as well. You've got the red wine, the black, the gold, and the hematite as well, but only about 20 of those left. I'm going to recap everything soon, but by then the Super Duos will be gone. Right, so we've done our...
We've gone all the way around, so we've got a 6-pointed star. This is now in the smaller version.
Yeah.
So you can see we've got our 6-pointed star with our 6 little diamond shapes sitting on the top. And I'm exiting out of one of those top beads of those little diamonds in my thread. So now, if I pop my Swarovski on top of that, you can see that I've got enough here to be able to come up the sides of the Swarovski with those points to be able to almost claw set, but with the seed beads. So if I pull that up, can you see that's now going to come around the side of that bead. So I'm going to take out the Swarovski for now. And what I decided to do was at the top and the bottom, so where the large sort of pear-shaped, rounded part of the pear shape and the pointed part of the pear shape, I needed less beads to pull that through, because that's narrower than the sides.
Yes.
So what we did is, I'm going to use, the delicas to do this. So it's all the delicas could go around here. I'm just going to pull mine out so you can get everything in shot, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So first of all, I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3 delicas and go through the next point in my circuit, and This is where the top part of that rounded part of that pear is going to sit. And I'm not going to pull any of this tight at the minute, so that it looks a bit funny. But this is almost going to be like sort of a pull string. And then when I've finished, I'm going to put the cabochon in there and pull it tight, and it's going to hold it. So I don't want to be pulling my thread tight at the minute because I want it to sit flat on my hand. So I'm going to pick up 4 and go through the next of my circuit. Pick up 4 again. 1, 2, oops, I can get these. See, I've got these backs on my head. I can't put my head forward. So bear with me while I'm trying to pick up the delicates because they are a little bit smaller. There we go. So I've got 3, 4, 4. So now I'm ready to do another 3. This is going to be where the point of my cabochon sits. Go through the next one. Oops. There we go. This is when I could do with a magnifying glass. Okay, so I'm going to pick up another 4 of my beads. 3, 4. There we go. And go through there. And then this is where the magic will happen in a second. Once I've got the next 4 beads in. 1, 2, 3, 4 beads. And go back through the bead we first came out of. So I've now got that shape there. Which. And so what we're going to do now is put the cabochon in so that where the 3 beads are, here and here, I've got the narrowest part of the cabochon sitting there. And now I'm going to start to pull that in.
No way does that happen that quickly.
It does. It really
She's
does.
a magician.
It really does. So if I just try and keep my finger out of the way and pull that tight.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what you've started here, Sara Elvin?
So you've now got, if I hold that up, you can now see that's now pulled that together, pulled it tight. What I would do at home is now run my thread back through that circuit twice.
Just to give it that uniformity.
Reinforcing it and keeping that tension as you're sewing it, because I don't know if you can see at the moment, if I'm holding this, I've got a few gaps. Just, if I put my needle in there at the minute, you see where my needle is. I've got a few spaces because it's just the tension's gone off a little bit.
Yeah.
So by going back through and creating that circuit again, that's going to allow me to pull that tension really tight, and you will have none of those little spaces. And that's now not going anywhere. So it's safe already.
And in the final piece, look at that.
It's really safe already, but you know, by doing that reinforcement, that's not going to come out.
And really, all you have to manage your way round is kind of pre-planning how many beads it will be.
Yeah.
To get you I love that method. I love that method of saying, right, okay, put your beads on, but don't pull them tight. All the way round, the number of beads you think you're going to need. Because actually, am I right in thinking that if you've pulled it up and actually you've got a space where there aren't enough or you need more, you can just go, oh, I'll flatten that out again. I'll just go right the way back.
Originally, I did the same number of beads all the way around, and I did 5, and it was too open. It wasn't closing in. So all I did was take it out. It's just one single row. So just take your needle off, unpick it. It's a single row of thread. Just unpick it. It takes seconds to do. Put your needle back on and try with a different combination. So that was the 3rd combination I got that actually got it really nice and tight and closed in the right orientation by having those 3 beads at the narrower point and 4 at the longer points. So seed beading is always a little bit of trial and error, especially when you've got different shapes to sort of cage. If that had been a perfect round, I wouldn't have had to mess with the sort of ratios of the beads. I could have done 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 all the way around, and it would have worked. But because it's a pear, it needs that slight change.
Slimmer one end, fatter the other. Like me. Right, should we... Right, okay, let me show you the Super Duos first. Just for anyone that's been away, most of these have sold out already. This is amazing. This is 4 24-gram tubes of the Super Duos in a red wine, the most fantastic matte jet black. I mean, and that is incredible to work with to create depth, because any colour that you put next to those is going to pop massively. You've got the hematite beads as well, which is just superb. All Super Duos, and you've got that fabulous gold. Now, I have to say, we are down to the last 7 opportunities. Yes, that is a good question, Sara Elvin. After after creating your pieces, do you know what you had left in Super Duos?
In Super Duos, yeah, I can actually show you those. 2,
Oh my crikey!
3,
Oh, she just had a little nibble out of those, didn't you?
4. There you go.
She just had a little. Oh, could tell your favourite. Could tell the favourite one.
Yeah.
Red wine. Red wine. That's because she's just had a week in France as well, you see. Wine. It's got wine on the brain, that's it. Wine. Right, so let's put those to one side because they are just about gone. Congratulations if you managed to get them. Let's show you the other seed beads, shall we? And this is the one with... Oh, I did my arrow the wrong way around there. This is the one with 7 tubes of seed beads. It worked out at something like £3.14 a tube or something, wasn't it? That's a good memory. So 7 tubes. This is RCGC, isn't it? Yes. So we've got the Silver Line Dark Cranberry 11Os, the Smoky Matte Black Picasso 11Os. We've got the Silver Line Red 11Os, the Garnet 8Os and 6Os, which is just beautiful. I'm going to show you those in just a second. We've got the Miyuki Opaque Red 8Os and the Opaque Black 6Os as well. So a lovely range of sizes and an amazing palette of colours to work with as well. Our favourite colours have got to be these gorgeous Garnet AB seeds. Seed beads, should I say, because you have 6Os and 8Os there. And they are just a delight. They are brilliant. I mean, I'd be quite tempted to spend the £21.95 and just be thinking I'm looking forward to those, let alone all of these gorgeous... Oh, and you just had a little nibble.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But these are one of my favourite. I love the Picasso.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the Picasso beads. Because they basically have this sort of painting, if you like. On each one of them, there's like a little fleck of paint.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's very subtle.
It's not paint though. It's actually in the bead. It's actually in the makeup of the bead. It's very subtle. It's almost like an obsidian. You know, the sort of the markings you get on an obsidian gemstone. It's almost that sort of markings that are coming through. It's very subtle, but it's beautiful.
7 tubes of phenomenal seed beads, an amazing palette of colour for £21.95. How many of those remaining, Phil? Oh, still not great though, is it? 30. Didn't we start with a huge, ridiculous number? 140, and we've got 30 left. Oh my word, most of those went, you know, at the beginning of the show. Here's the third element of your kits this evening. Which is lovely. So it's your 70 carats of black onyx graduated drops, 5x3s up to 12x7s. It's that 1/2 metre of the Swarovski jet cut chain, which is beautiful with the gunmetal plating, which is honestly amazing. And this Swarovski Siam Red pear cut crystal, which is your real feature crystal here. I'd have to say for the £29.95, details at the bottom of the screen here for these. For the £29.95, I would be happy for that Siam crystal and a little bit of something else, not 1/2 metre of Swarovski jet cup chain and the 70 carats of black onyx drops as well. It's so extravagant, isn't it? It is amazing and just been bonkers tonight. It really has. Can I just show you again, because this is a triumph and it's worth us seeing again. An amazing bracelet using the Super Duos and those lovely garnet seed beads that we've just been looking at. So using there the gold and the hematite seed beads and these wonderful garnet AB seed beads. That honestly, I think that's delicious. I think that's delicious. And you think about how much that would cost you to make versus the price it could be sitting on your craft stall and be sold in seconds for.
And that's quite a quick make as well for seafood.
Definitely, and that's £20 plus. I think absolutely and completely and utterly. Anyway, listen, I'll be back. I must fly because you and I have got one of these to do. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm almost ready to let my hair down. It's been quite an evening. Oh, Phil, you've delivered on these. You've delivered on these. Golden obsidian. Plain rounds. I mean, look, I could stand right at the back, but, you know, not dressed like this. 16mm rounds. Very durable. Of golden obsidians, only been seen once before. They are massive. I don't think I've ever seen 16mm rounds in golden obsidian. And actually this is one that we need to see super close up so you can appreciate that wonderful, again it's like an inner glow. Phil! Naughty! He's pressed the emergency, no one's watching, let's go to a silly price. Although there's lots of people watching and it's very, very busy tonight, let me tell you. But you've just pressed the nobody's watching on this strand, which generates an even. I shouldn't tell you this. Generates an even better price. Naughty price, Phil. Very naughty indeed. I like your work. See, I'm not back now for weeks, so it's fine. We can be as naughty as you like now for the last 20 minutes, because it's going to be, I guess, probably at least 3 weeks before I see you again. Sarah and I are going on a tour of the country, aren't we? Performing in small village halls near you. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Dressed like this every night. Hi, sorry, I've only just been able to tune in. Gail. Gail. She says, very disappointed. I thought Derek could have made an effort today. It is Halloween after all, I know. It's a poor performance, Gail, I think, quite frankly. And where have you been? We didn't have a note, did we, from Gail before the show? Look at her turning up at 20 to 10 and saying, oh, sorry, I've been somewhere else. We've been here since 6, working our little tail feathers off, haven't we, Sarah?
We have.
Gail she didn't call, she didn't message or anything to say, sorry, I can't make it tonight, I'm sorry. Derek, that's all right, Gail, we'll let you off. Derek, I think I've finally figured it out. Your wig is the colour and style of the Joker from Batman. Oh, yes. Yes, actually, it didn't have a picture of him on the front of it, but you're right. But actually, I can style this lots and lots of different ways, you see, and every time we change direction, see, now that's a bit Johnny Depp now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I could be a part. This wig is going to go far, let me tell you. It's got lots and lots of different, and we put it up earlier. It could double also as a nice Oompa Loompa as well. Should I need? There you go. Now I look like Beethoven, I think. A very scary Beethoven. I'm going back to my lair soon to create a symphony. So, how about these? We've got some smaller one of these coming up next. They're in box number, there they are. Oh, these are still pretty sizable, Phil. So 16mm we have just seen in your golden obsidian, and now we're at 14mm. So there's not a huge difference here. But you might. Are we doing these? Oh, we're doing these at the same price tag for you, because Phil was very, very naughty with the 16s, and actually the 14s should be more than this as well. But there you go. Hey ho, enjoy, 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 enjoy. Grab these. Oh, I'm liking the look of what's in box 5, Phil. Are you? Oh, are they? Oh, it's pretty nice, though, isn't it? I could do with a bit of that. Maybe let's not show them, I'll have them. Oh, and don't forget, Phil, if we get time, Tiger's Eye stars. Actually, you look a bit... Oh, Oh, now Gail's already, she swanned in 3.5 hours late and then calls me Mick Hucknall. Ooh, you can go off, people. Phil, what do you mean what's wrong with Mick Hucknall? What's wrong? Phil asks what's wrong. Well, that tells me all I need to know about you, Phil. Simply Red lead singer, Mike. What's wrong with Mick Hucknall? Hello, Mick, if you're watching. Lovely man. Just in case the lawyers are watching. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for... Yeah, that was the 80s. Anyway. What do we do now? The what you like. The what you like, Phil. Oh yeah, sorry, I had it in my hand, didn't I? It's Tiger's Eye Star. Oh, I can't see a thing. Where's my band gone? Band on the Run. Yeah, it's a good song, that, isn't it? Oh, there you go. I've gone for a sober look now. I'm a bit of a, like an ice cream. I look like some pistachio gelato now. Mick Hucknall. Are you a fan, Sarah?
No, not really.
No. Simply Red, it was good in the day. You know what I mean? It was all right. It was all right music. In my personal opinion, not that of Immediate Media TV Limited. There you go. Fairground. Yes, you're right. It's a good song, that was. I used to play that when I worked on the fairground, Mike, at the Pleasure Beach in Blackpool. Playing music in a conservatory in the middle of the Pleasure Beach in Blackpool. What a dear job that was. I loved it. It's like a lost and found. Beautiful. What was number one when I was born, Phil? I think it was T-Rex, something or other. I think it was Ride a White Swan. I think. I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up now you've said that. We can't... Yeah. 10th of November... Oh, don't make me say that out loud on telly. 10th of November 1996. 1973. No, I wasn't in high school by then, I don't think, Mike. Cyndi Lauper was 86, something like that, wasn't it? 84. Oh, yeah. I was 11, Mike, then. I like this. I would have that bracelet. Because actually, when the stars are together... Oh, was it? What, number one? Oh, number one apparently with the Steve Miller Band. And what was the song called? Rock and Me. I don't know if I remember that song. Do you know what was number one when you were born, Sarah?
I don't.
I'm not going to ask a lady her age or when, so we'll never know.
I'll have to look it up.
$5.95. Was it Coming to the Garden Maud? What? 2-minute warning. Oh, number one film when I was born was called 2-Minute Warning. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I hope it was a good film. $5.95. Right, let's move on. Neck. Is this what I think it is, and is it real what I think it is? That's good tea, that. It is a good cup of tea. Okay, the only treatment to this is waxing. That's just to enhance the lustre. Actually, when you've made a sculpture in stone, when you've done the wet and dry sanding and everything else, last thing you do is a waxing, isn't it? Just to keep that lovely, so it doesn't look sort of dry and flat. Lovely. Real turquoise from the US of A. £17.95. A few little spooky deals before we move on. You've got to get hold of this gemstone while you can, to be honest with you as well. You notice the size of the pieces it's coming in these days, unless we're reconstituting it. This is the kind of average size of piece of turquoise that we can get now, naturally.
That's it. It's lovely to be able to work with them though and have that natural turquoise.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's just heartbreaking that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's such a shame because it's such a beautiful gemstone, such a rich, warm colour, and it's something that is so lovely to work with. But for me, if I can get natural turquoise like this, I'll take it whatever size I can get hold of it because it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is beautiful. I've noticed actually that quite a few seed beads are coming out at a lovely turquoisey tone as well. So actually, that's a real plus and a real bonus actually. £17.95. But if you're into your gemstones alone, this is one to grab. Now, we are in single figures, I'm afraid, and lots of people are multi-buying as well. So just be quick. Or can we? Can we? This is like, I've never seen, what we're about to do, by the way, I've never seen, and I want. This is what do you call it, Philip? Matrix box. Matrix collection. So it's a collection of gemstones and a collection of findings. Now, forgive me, because I've not been here long enough to kind of have experienced this kind of thing before, but I think as a starter, which I still consider myself to be, this is brilliant. A great findings pack, so you've got gold-plated copper finding pack in there as well. So you've got copper ear wires and twisted oval link chain. You've got two meters of link chain in there. And 500 carats of multi-gemstone nuggets. You've got crimp tubes, jump rings, copper puffy coin beads, crimp covers. There are, how many pieces altogether? 300 pieces. That's good for £23.95. If you're like me, I have to tell you, the only findings I have are a small number of headpins, featherweight headpins, because I just haven't been organised enough to get myself sorted. And so in terms of finding, apart from wire, I've got lots and lots of wire, and I've got the tools now, but I've got nothing to make with, nothing to finish it off with. I can start, but I can't finish.
But the nuggets in there are also really deceptive.
Yes, because there's lots of them, isn't there? I would show you in greater detail if we had more than 5 available, that's all. Because
if you were to get those out and thread them onto beading thread, you'd probably end up with a standard strand length, so it's about 38 centimetres of each nugget, probably.
And I'm guessing, as we're not specifying the type of nuggets, it could be, oh, hang on, we are. Kyanite, fire opal, tanzanite, turquoise. I thought this one was filled with turquoise down here. If I open the little door there, I'll try not to tip them all over the place, but look, that little door there, look, that's full of turquoise chips. And that's incorporated, that's just one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pots of gemstones that you've got there in the findings. Love it, right, one more. One more. And then we need to go. We've got some morganite rounds for you. I can't believe it's the end of the show. I know. And Gail only saw 20 minutes of it. Oh, Gail, you have to go back to the YouTube later. Anyone that's watching this in the middle of the night without prior warning, sorry. Oh, do they see this in the middle of the night, the mic?
Early morning, very early morning.
Oh! Oh, well, if it's 10 to 8 in the morning, I can only apologise. But good morning. Welcome. Well, there's a face to turn the milk sour, eh? Hey? Hey, hello. Morning. Who's coming up? Who's coming up? Oh, it's Mark Smith, isn't it? 8 o'clock. So you'll have 1, 2, 3 presenters, and the same guest is, you'll have lovely Mark Smith. In fact, he's probably over there right now, if it's 10 to 8 in the morning when you're watching this on the repeat. He's probably just stood there right now thinking, why did I agree to this? I've got 13 hours ahead of me now. He's going to love it. He's going to love it. He's doing all kinds of demonstrations through the morning. Who's on? Oh, really? Has he got a DVD? Oh, after it. Has he? Oh, he's got a filming one. Who's on the breakfast show in the morning? Do we know? Shall I have a little look on the website? Because it'll say on there. Is it Carol? It's Carol. I'm not laughing for any reason, but that's a good wake-up call, isn't it, for you? That's going to get him going, isn't it? That's going to get him. So Carol, Becky, lovely Becky on the mid this afternoon, or tomorrow afternoon, depending on which one you want, and Zena on the late show with Mark. The whole day with Mark. It's going to be brilliant. Macrame, chips and nuggets. Is he doing some chipahimo or some kumahimo or something like that? And some seed beading as well. You've got your morganite rounds here, you lucky, lucky people. So good morning or good night, whichever it is. Has he? Triple diamond nuggets. Do you know what? You were in for a fabulous day with Mark. And watch this space for the Elvin day. She says, "Stop saying that, Jared. Please stop saying that. I'm busy enough at the moment. Thank you."
I'd be very happy to do a day.
Don't be giving me a whole day. £17.95. Right. Okay. Oh, time to nearly say goodbye. Oh, we've got some Maltesers here, look. Sarah, we didn't spot those, did we? The snack you can eat between meals without ruining your appetite. Oh no, that's Milky Way, isn't it? Other sweets are available. You can have as many as you like. We'll just pop those there. And as soon as you're gone, we'll be stuffing those. And Carol, expect none to still be around when you start in 5 minutes' time on the repeat in the morning, if that makes sense. Here is your seed bead extravaganza, Gothic Glisten. 7 tubes of seed beads for £21.95. You've got such a fabulous mix of seed beads in there as well. Very, very quickly, you've got your silver lined dark cranberry 11.0, your Picasso smoky black matte 11.0s, your silver line red 11.0s, garnet AB 8.0s and 6.0s, your Miyuki opaque red 8.0s and your opaque black 6.0s as well. It's a fabulous bundle. Works out about £3.33 or less per tube of seed beads at £21.95. If you're watching on the repeat in the morning and it's coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning, whether that is still available for you, I know not. It could have sold out by then because we are finishing the night with only how many of those left? Right, so we're going off live at just before 10 p.m. with only about 25 of those kits left. So if it's 5 to 8 in the morning, you're watching the repeat, they could have all gone. And the first kit is down there as well. Oh, right, so the Delica kit, brilliant. So there are that wonderful mix of the first Delica kit that we had this evening as well. So, Sarah, it's a few weeks before we see you again.
It is. It's about 3 weeks, I think, until I'm back. So I think I've got a show towards the end of November, sort of last week of November, and then I think I've got 2 or 3 in a row. So a little break, and then you'll have three shows in a row.
Fabulous. And watch this space for the Sara Elvin day as well. Night-night, Lorraine, and night-night to all of you if you're watching us live. And a very good morning to you if you are watching. Halloween has now finished. Carol will be here in just a couple of moments with Mark Smith if you're watching in the morning. And from all of us here in Studio One, thanks for enjoying a fabulous Halloween. Lots of love. Mwah! See you later.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create